Yo, 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 what's good, everybody? What's up? What's up? Sit here, wait for a couple of people to come in before we get started. If you are in here, I am in the process of setting up my screen so that I can see your comments. Hold on. I have to do a different window on my second monitor over here so I don't have to rely on my phone. So if you're in here, just bear with me and I will be able to see your comments in a second. Uh, I'll click here. Haha. 3 watching. Okay. Whoa. I wonder if y'all can hear what I hear. Um. Okay. I can. Oh, yo, Chili Mac up in here. What's going on, man? I can't believe you in here on one of the lives, man. What's up, man? Chili Mac, I'll keep your identity a secret. I won't tell nobody. What's going on, man? For those that might be in here, this person knew me before I knew how to play. Hold on. Before I knew how to play a instrument. He knew me when I was like a teenager, never even touched the piano in my life. That's how long Chili Mac has known me. So yeah, we go way back. way back. Anybody else in here? Just say something in the chat room. Just say hello or something so that we can yeah, see you. Oh yeah, way back. David Polker, your tutorials give me great joy, brother. Well, that comment right there, David, gave me great joy. I'm definitely glad that the tutorials are definitely helping you out. That was the whole purpose of doing this. To be honest with you, I was the person just like y'all who when I needed to learn how to play a song, I will go online and look for tutorials because I'm just recently learning how to really figure out songs by ear and stuff like that. This is still kind of new to me. So once I just started doing it on my own, I just figured, man, I learned from so many people online. It's time for me to start giving back. So I'm waiting for you to do Lionel Richie's Penny Lover. I don't remember anyone sending in a PayPal donation for that song. Let me know if you did. It just doesn't ring a bell. I don't remember seeing that one. Penny Lover by Lionel Richie. Haven't seen that one. But yeah, that's so I'm definitely glad that it's helping you out, man. No doubt, no doubt. Yo, Chili Mac, you want to come up in here and you can talk with the people too, because I'm doing this through my Hangouts. So if you wanna, you don't have to even show your face. You can just use your voice if you wanna chat too. You know what I'm saying, without having to type, man. I can send you an invite, so it's all good, man. If you want, I can definitely. You call me? Is that supposed to be a goat, Matt Henson? I do know what GOAT means, GOAT, greatest of all time, but all right, man, all right, Chili Mac, hold up, man. You got your are you in a position where you can talk? Because if so, I can send you an invite. And like I said, you don't even have to turn your video on. You can actually just talk. Hold on, Chili Mac. Mitch Soul, what's going on? How you doing, sir? Mitch Soul. I like that name. That's kind of tight. I love your rendition of Can You Stand the Rain? Oh man, that came out better than I thought it was going to come out, man. Can You Stand the Rain? Me and Aja Fuller, well, EJ Soul is what she's called now. Um, yeah, that I had fun with that one, man. That came out way better. Thanks for the videos. Can you do Don't Disturb This Groove by System? You know what? That's actually one of the songs that that song will get done eventually because it has been requested. It's like someone has paid for a donation for it. So I actually will be doing that song eventually. I'll get to it eventually because that one actually there is a request. I can't remember who made the requests, but yeah, there's been a request for that one, and it's been paid for. So I can go by memory. I remember. I don't even remember who it was, but I'll just do the tutorial anyway because I know for sure. Thank you for the compliments. Oh yeah, man, that's a nice name. I might have to change myself to House of Jazz Soul. Jazz, jazz, the soul man. No, I'm just playing. I love all your Anita Baker tutorials. Yeah, man, she is great, David. She is great. Yo, Chili Mac, and let me see what I gotta do to let me see. Hold on, I'm gonna try to get you up on here now. I'm gonna try using your screen name first and see if that makes you come up. I don't know if that makes you come up or not though. Nah, it doesn't. All right, hold on. Although I ain't gonna put the information out there. I can just look on my phone real quick. Chili Mac, hold on. Because we already talk on Hangouts anyway. So let me just go. If I go on my phone, I should be able to find you easier. Let's see something. It's got to be a way to look at your information to see what you use. Hold on. Let me see if I'm missing anything. Oh, you said you're doing homework? Oh, okay. All right. I ain't gonna mess with it then. Do you ever fail at trying to replay a song? Not really. There's sometimes, but there are times where I might start working on a song, and if I'm super duper tired and like just totally out of it, and it's like my eyes are looking like cross-eyed because I'm trying to, it's like I will just say, you know what, I'll come back to it another time. So usually if I have to come back to it at another time, it's because I'm tired or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. And just so y'all know, because you know, I'm not a classical pianist, so it's like I don't you know, so don't expect me to get on here and play some Mozart or maybe do some George Frederick Handel's Messiah and play the Hallelujah chorus. I'm not that type of. Now it's funny because as a vocalist, I am classically trained. I studied voice in college and high school, and I've done operas. And this is over 20 years ago, so I can't sing it anymore because you have to have you have to really keep your voice trained to do that. But I've done all that. So I am classically trained vocally, but not on the piano. So you know, I just do the stuff y'all hear me play on YouTube all the time. That's the type of music I play. Do you have perfect pitch or just good relative pitch? Neither. I don't think. I definitely don't have perfect pitch. 100%. I don't even know if I would say I have relative. Well, I guess I do have relative pitch, or I would never be able to sing a song at all, right? But definitely not perfect pitch. No, no. I sing off key. You can hear that on my tutorial sometimes. Sometimes let's say I've been working on learning how to play a song for like 3 or 4 hours. And then it's time to record the tutorial. I'm tired. I don't know all the words. Usually I don't know all the words to the songs anyway. So I start playing the song, and then all of a sudden it's like I can hear myself going off key, but I'm like, but you know what? This is a piano tutorial. It's not me singing the song legitimately. So I mean, there's plenty of videos of me singing all kinds of flat notes, but it's like, but that's not the point of the video. The point of the video is show you how to play the song. So yeah, definitely not perfect. That makes sense, right? All right. Thanks. Oh, the key is in here. Thanks one for my favorite. Which one was your favorite key? Oh, thanks for the video. Can you do? Don't. Oh. Got you. Okay. Okay. You was responding to that. I got you, Key. I got you. I got you. I got you. What key a piece is in? Then how do you know what key a piece is in? Well, I figured it out on the piano. That I don't just listen to a song and say, "Oh wow, that's in the key of G." Oh wow, that's no. I go on the piano and I start. One of the main thing, it's never going to work every time. Is never a one trick rule that will help you with knowing what song a key is in. But usually, I won't even say, a lot of times the first chord that you play, but not all the time. That's definitely, I would say more so than that. Usually the last chord of like the chorus or something like that. Like if you're playing the chorus of the song, usually that last chord usually will fall on what we call the tonic. And the tonic means it's the first, the first note of the scale. So if you're playing a song and when you get to like the end of that chorus and you find yourself on like a E flat major chord, chances are the song is in E flat. Now again, that's not always the case. That's not always the case. You know what? I just did the tutorial earlier this morning. It was like 3, 4 o'clock this morning of Love You Down by Ready for the World. I put on that video that the song is in C major. Guess what? That song's not in C major. I realized after, I'm like, well, I'm not going to re-record the video, so it is what it is. That song is actually in G major, even though I never played the G chord. So that's why I said it never's going to work every single time. That song, I never play a straight up G major chord, but I realized it's either an E minor or G major, and G major and E minor is the same scale. You have an F sharp in it, and it's like, but I never play a straight up G major chord. So that's what I'm saying. You just got to kind of know your theory. You got to know your theory. And I'm using my ear, so usually I'm listening for the bass notes when I first approach the song, because the bass notes are usually the foundation of your chords. So once I figured out, I'm like, okay, the bass is doing okay, B flat to E flat, goes to a F, goes down here to G, and then it ends on B flat. And I'm like, oh, okay, you know what? So then I'm like, okay, so maybe the song is in B flat or whatever. But a lot of times I don't really care what key a song is in. I'll figure out the song one chord at a time. If it's a song that has a lot of chords to it and there's no sheet music, then it's like, I don't even worry about what key it's in. I just start learning the song. It's like I'll listen to the song and I'll listen to the first chord and say, okay, the first chord is this. And I'll create a chord sheet. So I'll type it in. And then I'll listen for the second chord. I'll rewind it, listen to the second chord, and I'll literally piece the song together one chord at a time. So when I do that, it doesn't matter what key it's in. All I'm doing is just taking all the chord. I'm literally just listening chord by chord by chord. Now, if it's a simple song where it's just a 1-4-5 pattern or whatever, 2-5-1, it's just some simple stuff, then yeah, I don't have to listen, learn the song one chord at a time. But some people, like, they feel like they have to live and die if they don't know the key of the song. And I'm like, that's not necessarily the case. You don't have to know the key of the song. When it's the most important to really know the key of the song is if you're going to do a solo. If you like going ready to do a keyboard solo or something, that's probably one of the only times that it is actually really important to know what key you're in, because you need to know what key to solo in. You need to know what scales that you can play around. But you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that don't forget about knowing what key you're in. That's not what I'm saying, but I'm just saying it's just not the most important thing. There are times that I don't know what key a song is in until after I've picked out every single chord. I typed out every chord. I listened to each chord one at a time. Then once I put all the chords down, I go back and I actually play the song. And then I say, oh, this song is in A flat. I don't know, I already figured out how to play the song and didn't even know what key it was in till after I finished learning the song. So yeah, but anyway, I know that was a long explanation. Thank you for all the work you do. I am just logging on, but you've been very instrumental in helping me play some of my favorite songs. Nathan Nelson. Hey man, I like your last name, man. My oldest nephew, first name is your last name, man. But okay, man, I appreciate that, Nathan, man. Definitely. I'm glad that the videos are inspiring and really helping you, man. Gary, yo. I'm just responding to what you typed right there. Yo. What's up, Gary, man? And then Seven Dragon, you just type G. So I'll just say that back to you. G. There you go. Great answer. I didn't think about that. I'll listen for those last measures from now on. Very helpful, very useful about doing it chord by chord by chord. Great answer. You're welcome, David. Like I said, it's different. I don't always learn a song the exact same way. Like I said, it just depends, because you got some songs that's just super easy. I did Love You Down by Ready for the World, the one I just did. There's really only 3 chords that you play, except for one little section where they throw in these other 3 chords. But most of the song is just you just keep playing that over and over again. See, I'm not even worried about what key I'm in. I'm like, okay, I don't need to know what key I'm in. It's C major, D major, and E minor. If I could just remember those 3 chords, then I can play 95% of the song. So that's all I was saying, man. That's all I was saying. If I haven't said hello to you and you did say hello to me, I apologize. Oh, Christopher Ward, what's going on, Christopher? What keyboard are you using? This gentleman always asks about what keyboard I use. Let me see if I can switch cameras for a second. This keyboard right here, this is actually just a Yamaha P45 digital piano. That's all it is. It's a digital piano. The reason why I bought it back in 2017. It was on sale, brand new, for like only $350 at Guitar Center. I got it brand new. Main reason for getting it is because weighted keys. I don't play well on keyboards that don't have weighted keys, because I grew up playing. When I started learning how to play the piano, I actually learned in high school, so I will always play on grand pianos, because my music teachers, Miss Fitzgerald, Miss Starks, and then you had the choir room. They all had grand pianos in them. So when I would sit down and practice or whatever, I was always on grand pianos. So that's where I play the best. So I like weighted keys. So this keyboard has 88 weighted keys. I didn't buy it. Now, it does have like 6 or 8 sounds in it. So this is a light keyboard. So if I have to do a gig somewhere and all I need is just a piano and the electric piano sound, I don't need like synthesizers and the bass and all that stuff, and I just need to just be able to play piano. This thing can go under my arm. I can't carry heavy stuff anymore. I've had some health issues and everything, and some of I just lost my pinky toe on New Year's Day, so I can't walk around carrying heavy keyboards and stuff. This keyboard can go under my arm and it's not that heavy. It's like, so this is perfect because it does have a nice piano sound in it. I've done plenty of tutorials where you've heard this piano sound. Now, what you're hearing right now is not this keyboard. You are not hearing this keyboard. Let me say that again. Right now, that's not the keyboard that you're hearing. Now, the keyboard that you're hearing, I have this MIDI to my computer. I don't think, can y'all say, yeah, y'all can actually, I think, no, actually, that's just my speaker. But yeah, I have a PC. So this keyboard is USB to my computer, and using one of my DAW, I'm using my Cubase. I'm just using Cubase basically as a MIDI interface. So I'm using that to make this keyboard trigger. And let me switch the camera again. All right. So this keyboard is triggering this gray keyboard. You see this keyboard back here? This is what you're hearing. So every time I play a note on this digital piano, you're actually hearing this keyboard. This is a Yamaha Mo 6. It's like a watered down version of the Motif. It's like it was a cheaper version of the Motif. Like if you didn't have $2,000 to buy the motif, the full blown motif. You could get this one, and you get a lot of the motif sounds in it. You just don't get every single motif sound, but you get all the good pianos and the good electric piano sounds. And that's what I use mostly. So that's what you're hearing. So it's a Yamaha Mo 6 is what you're hearing, but I'm triggering that keyboard right here. All right, using the technology of MIDI, M-I-D-I, MIDI. Same chord program used in Little Red Corvette and Steve Nicks Standback. Same chord. Oh, progression you probably meant. Oh, you must be talking about the C major, D major, and E minor. Ryzai, R-Y-Z-A-I. I know I probably mispronounced your name. I apologize. Hello. Oh, from Australia. Okay, what's going on? Got some. I love when the international people come in too. I'm like, this is crazy. I'm sitting here in the heart of Baltimore City, in the middle of the of this lovely community. Now I'm in the rough part of Baltimore, but you know what I'm saying, and know that I'm, people check me out from around the world. That's cool, man. Thanks for the excellent tutorials. As a beginner pianist, but not a beginner musician, just new to the piano, I got you. Your videos helped me out a lot, man. Well, I'm again so glad to hear that the videos are helping you out. That's what it was meant. That's the main reason why I started. When I first started the stream about 10 or 15 minutes ago, I said that I was the person that used to come on YouTube and look for a piano tutorial on how to play a song, because again, I've only recently learned how to start playing songs by ear. So if I didn't have sheet music for something, I needed to learn something, I was just like y'all. I would look for it online and say, okay, I gotta learn how to do it. And once I realized, I finally took the time to really stop being lazy, sit down and start trying to learn songs. I found out, oh wow, I can do this. And then I just initially just started doing maybe 1 or 2 tutorials a year. If y'all go back, you can check it out. My first tutorial I ever uploaded, Sweet November by Troop. If you find that, that's the first tutorial. Then if you look to see when the next tutorials came, it might was like a year later. And then like after that, another year, I just, do it as just for a little fun. But I wanted to help people. In my mind, I was like, man, let me do what people did for me. I want to help people. And a few years later, now we, doing a whole bunch of tutorials now. So it's all good. Louisiana gardening family. I second that. Oh yeah, definitely. I appreciate that. Rise. I'll just call you RY so I don't mess up your name. I learned End of the Road from you, and I play it almost every day as a warm-up. Man, that's one of my songs right there. We belong together, and you know that I'm right. Why do you play with my heart? Why do you play with my mind? Yeah, man, we hit Boys and Men with me, man. You be like, oh man, I love me my Boys and Men stuff, man, for real. Chili Mac will tell you, he could tell you personally. He knows how much I'm a Boys and Men fan. I told you this guy. I'm 42 years old now, but he knew me when I was a teen. Probably might have been. I guess probably right when I became a teenager. Yeah, Boys and Men fanatic. On average, how long does it take you to figure out a medium length piece? Let's say Sweet Love by Anita Baker. It all depends, David. If I have sheet music, it takes me the time it takes for me to just type out all the chords on the chord sheet. Because when I do sheet music, and let me get it, let y'all know, I do know how to read the notes, like the treble clef and the bass clef. But on most popular sheet music, they tell you what the chord is. And that's all I really need, because I know how to fill in, in between one chord to the next chord. Usually, if there's some type of signature melody that I have to have, okay, I might read it from the piano. the grand staff. Grand staff is when you know treble and bass clef. But usually it's like, so I'll find the sheet music or whatever, and I'll look at the chords, I'll type out the chords, and as soon as I finish typing out the chords, I just literally I'll play the song on Spotify and I'll play along with the song, looking at the chords. Usually sheet music have mistakes in it. It might be one or two mistakes or whatever. So I'm playing through the song, and then I'll be like, oh man, that chord does not work or whatever. I'll go back, I'll listen to the one or two stuff, and then I'm ready to upload and I'm good to go. Now, if it's a song that doesn't have sheet music, I can't I can't honestly give you a time frame. I cannot honestly give you a time frame. Um, some songs, some productions, there and Jodeci, like Devontae from Jodeci, famous. He is famous. It's like they take the chords and they hide them. It's like it will be so much production around it, and the chords might be just a pad sound. So they might have the pads real low, and then they might have a drum beat and a bass line, and it's almost like the chord is hidden. On songs like that, it could take me forever because I'm sitting here like trying to ease into this pad sound that I can barely hear. And so I can't really give a time limit. It's like I've done medium length songs with no sheet music relatively fast before, and I've done it in like 3 hours before. And there's been times when it's taken longer than that, especially if I'm half asleep. If I haven't had a lot of rest and I'm half asleep, man, because this is what happens. I'll start listening to a song, right, and look at my face. That happens almost every time I come down here. It's like I would start falling asleep. It's like I'll look at my little clock on the computer. I'll be like, "What? It's been 2 hours. I fell asleep for 2 hours." So, yeah, I can't give a time, man. I can't give a time limit, man, for real. Um, I need sheet music tutorials, MIDI files, a combination of things to learn a song. Oh wow, David. Yeah, I mean, but you know what? I was always the sheet music guy. I was the one. I would say like till about 3, 4, 5 years ago, man. If I didn't have the sheet music, then I needed someone to show me what the chords were, and I might well write them down or type them out. So I understand, but I'm like I said, I just decided. I went to college for music, man. I was a music major. It's like I learned music theory. I took 3 levels of theory on the college level and started in high school, then took 3 levels of theory, theory one, theory two, theory three. So it's like all that stuff. Well, not all of it. I guarantee most of the stuff from theory three, I don't even remember what I learned in theory three. But the stuff in theory one and the stuff from theory two, that stuff is still in my head. And I'm like, yo, I need to take this and learn. Just use it. It's like it's a combination of using my ear and knowing theory. And I know how to play enough songs that when you're dealing with popular songs, R&B stuff, and even gospel stuff, man, the stuff is almost the same chords half the time, or at least the numbers is different. Maybe you're in a different key, but they're still moving from 1 to 4 to 5. You know what I'm saying? Mike, just it's like it's like the more you do it, the more it starts to make sense and you can start figuring out things quicker. But yeah, man, I was like you, and it wasn't that long ago. Trust me, it wasn't that long ago. Let me see. Louisiana Garden family said, I have searched and searched. No one takes the time like you to keep it simple. They seem to go about to make it hard, and they go so fast, then hit you with come to my website to learn the rest. I know of one YouTube channel that does that with pretty much every song. I'm pretty sure. I'm not calling out no name. I think most of us have been there because there've been songs that, like I said, I used to go and look for songs too, how to play stuff, and then I'm starting to learn it, and then all of a sudden it's like, yo, to see the full tutorial, join the website for like $8 a month or something. Yeah, so it's like I kind of wanted to do that type of stuff too, but what I decided to do was to have people pay me to learn the song. So that's why I do the tutorial requests, and and with that I'll upload the video, so at least I still feel like, because there's, like I said, I told you, sometimes I can be down here 3 4 5 hours learning your song, and it's like there needs to be some type of compensation. I'm a 42-year-old man. It's like I can't just do that all the time and not be compensated. So in YouTube, it's like I don't get the views. It's like I don't think y'all click like a lot on my videos. It's some of y'all click like as soon as the video, but a lot of y'all don't view the videos. You don't like them, so YouTube don't push them out. So I don't get the views. For those that do click like when y'all see my videos, thank you so much. It helps. It helps. It makes YouTube push my videos out there more. But it's like I don't get that many views, and so I don't get the big time checks on YouTube. I really don't. I'm thankful for what I get, but but having that, I charge for that. That helps, make it worth my while. And in return for that, I put the videos online for people to be able to see it. So that way other people can learn too. And then I also have a Patreon page for those that's like, well, I can't really afford to give you $20, but I want to support you and what you're doing. And for those that want to do that, you can go to my Patreon page and you can just pledge as little as $1 a month. And you know what I'm saying? That helps. It really does. It really helps right now, because of for those that know I had emergency amputation on my foot back in January. I'm not back at work yet. So, between playing at church and doing this stuff right here, doing these tutorials, this is how I'm living. This is how I'm eating. This is how I'm paying bills right now. So I just want to take the time for anybody in here that's a part of the Patreon family, and those that pay for the tutorials. Well, just some people send money just to the PayPal just to say, look, man, this is just to support you. Thank you, because it's like, yo, I'm living off y'all right now. I appreciate the support. But yeah, I try to keep the whole tutorials online. I have done a thing where I had certain tutorials where I would put them on Patreon, and like I said, just for $1 a month. But there are still some videos on Patreon that's not on YouTube. But as of like the last year and a half, I haven't done any Patreon only videos. So the videos from like the last year and a half, I put them on YouTube. Can we purchase a complete chord sheet set? To how long should we practice a day to remain proficient? Let's go to the chord sheet set first. You know what? I need to put that together, because I started doing my tutorials on one computer and then it stopped recording my videos. I don't know why. It was around May of last year. It just would not record my videos no more. And I reformatted the hard drive and did everything, and it stopped. So I have a lot of my chord sheets. Then that computer still works to this day. It still works. I set it up upstairs. I took it from down here, and I took y'all donations. Let me just say that y'all were the ones that had the donations that, from paying for tutorials. I used that money to get myself a brand new computer to keep doing the tutorials. That's why I say that stuff really works. So I was able to get a new computer. So I have a lot of tutorials on another computer. Chord sheets, and then I have chord sheets on this computer. So what I need to do is combine it, and I'll try to do that within the next week to have a nice large. It's going to be hundreds of songs. You can just look at it as a digital fake book. You know how jazz books have, the jazz fake books and stuff like that. This is going to be like a fake book for R&B, mostly R&B music. So I'll try to have that. I'll see how many songs is in it, and I'll try to give a fair price. And if anyone's interested, I'll make it available. And I'll do a video about it. All right. So now that was his first. How long should we practice a day to remain proficient? I don't know. I mean, everybody learns differently, so that answer can be different for everyone. The only thing that's a real consistent for everyone is to practice every day. Of course, most of us are grown people. We don't have time to do that all day long. even with me not working my regular job at the school right now, I still can't sit down here and do like tutorials all day. I got to learn songs for other reasons, and then there's other things I have to do. I have nephews I help take care of some from time to time, and so I mean, at least if you're serious, at least 30 minutes, you know what I'm saying? Like 30 minutes, an hour. When I first started playing piano, I was in 10th grade, so I was about 14 or 15. So I used to just come home from school and I would come right down here or wherever, I don't know, wherever I had the keyboard, whatever. I'll just go and I'll just practice. And what's funny is that the dude in here named Chili Mac, he owns the keyboard. That was the keyboard I taught myself how to play the keyboard. I gave him that keyboard. He has it at his house to this day. The same keyboard I learned how to play piano on, but I used to do it for hours. And I never really had a piano instructor. I had a voice instructor in music theory, but I never really had a piano instructor. That was just something I wanted to learn, and it was just something I did. So as long as much time as you can put in it, I guess will be the answer. Prince Lopez says, "Thank you for doing the tutorial for Soon As I Get Home by Babyface." Oh yeah. If you remember that tutorial, that's the one I was laughing, and it's like I couldn't even get the smile off my face because the lyrics of that song, when he was like, "I give good love, I'll buy your clothes, I'll cook your dinner too. Soon as I get home from work, I'll pay your rent." I was like, man, what was Babyface, man? He must was in love, man. Talking about I'll pay your rent. But yeah, no problem, man. I love that song too. But if you notice on that tutorial, it was like as I was like singing the introduction, I had like this big I couldn't help it. It's just like, I'm gonna pay your rent and you're not my wife and you're not living with me, then why am I paying your rent? I've been married before. I mean, it was a short marriage, but I've been married. You know, that's different if I pay your rent there. That's totally different. But man, you're like, I ain't paying your rent. You ain't say I do to me. But anyway, I'm just being silly. But I recently just found your tutorial and was like, yo, what? Yo, well, you're welcome, Prince Lopez. Glad you enjoyed it. Louisiana Garden. I love the thing you've set up, how people can pay you for the songs they want you to upload. When I figure out one that I really, really want, I will send like the link says. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that, Louisiana. Can you explain how it works, though, and about how long it takes for you to do a song after someone sends you in their donation? This is something that needs to be said. You won't believe, I don't believe, and this is the honest truth, how many requests have been coming in. I'm talking about paid requests, you know, of people like, so I am backed up. So if you want, I mean, I would totally understand if you want to send me a message first. And you know, like when you're ready to send, you know, send in your money, before you send it in, and just say, do you think, you know, how long will it take? And you can tell me the name of the song. Now, well, what I will do, some songs, I have some stuff that's backed up, but let's say the song might be a song that literally has 40 different chords in it. And it's going to take, I need to wait till I can dedicate 5 or 6 hours to sit down and learn it. But let's say the song you want me to learn only has 6 chords in it or something, and you let me know, then I will, in cases like that, times like that. And I'm like, well, I have a half hour. I can sit down. So I can learn your song in a half hour. So yeah, I might go ahead on and say, yeah, you can send the money. I can do it now. And, you know, because I have 30, 45 minutes to spare. And, you know, but, you know, I might still have that tutorial that's going to take me 5 or 6 hours of learning. I might not have that time to spare. So yeah, there are times when I will do a newer request simply because I don't have time, because some of y'all send in some songs I've never heard before, and it's like, I'm like, they know what type of songs I do on this channel. I usually do, simple R&B songs mostly. Why are they sending this? But it's like, it's not like I can't do it. It's just like, that's like, it's like the chords never repeat. It's like they got like 40 different, like the whole song, the chords never repeat and all that. I'm like, man, I don't have the time to sit down to get that one. So your best bet is you can always drop me an email or and I'm starting to get behind on emails because a lot of people are sending emails too. So yeah, just get into, my email address is on there. If you're on Patreon, Patreon does have a messenger. So that's good too. I got a couple of people that'll send me messages on Patreon Messenger, and that's cool. And remember, you can join Patreon for just $1 a month. That's a cool way of communicating with me. Just right on Patreon, you could just message me. That's cool. But yeah, you can just get in touch with me and I'll let you know if it's something that I could do immediately or if it's something that you have to wait. And you might want to just hold off sending the money. I understand 1,000,000,000%. I will understand. Grayson Brandon says hello. Hello, Grayson. Thank you for stopping through. I appreciate it. That falling asleep stuff always happens to me too, man. David, man, you have no idea. Matter of fact, when I was down here working on the tutorial, because I did an all-nighter working on when I was doing, I had to learn the song for a choir rehearsal today for the kids that I had to play tomorrow. I did the tutorial today. It was like 6 o'clock in the morning or something. Well, I'll Fly Away by Hezekiah Walker. While I was learning that song, halfway through the song, I literally opened up. It was like, I promise you, it was like 2 hours or something. I was like, man, okay, let me get back to the song. I will be free. Back, someday I got a home in the I go to sleep in a heartbeat, yo. Let me see. Falling asleep. Okay. Yeah, Chili Mac was like, yep, he has that keyboard. Yes, he does. Do you provide MIDI files? I have done MIDI files for people. That is a per request thing. I charge more for a MIDI file though. Usually MIDI files is $35. I have done it, but I don't advertise it so people don't ask that often. But I have had people send me a message and say, can I get a MIDI file of you playing this from beginning to end? And if all you want is just the piano part, I usually just charge $35. But if you're like, yo, I want like the piano, bass, and drums, and I want a full production, then we're gonna, depending on the song, that price is going to go up because that takes a lot of time. That means you're pulling me away from doing tutorials, and you're gonna have to compensate for that. But for just me playing the piano on a MIDI, yes. So yes, I will do it, even though I don't advertise it. I have done it. I've done it several times for people. Even recently, I've done it recently for someone that was auditioning for The Voice, I think, or something. They were auditioning for some show, and they say, I really want to do this song, and nobody has it. So they paid me, and I learned the song and did the MIDI file for them. So yeah, that was like a month ago or something. I usually listen to bass notes and the top note to get the idea of the chord, then fill in the middle. Seven Dragon, you and I both. I do the same thing too. The first thing I listen to is the bass note because that's the foundation of the chord. Once you figure out the foundation of the chord, if you're familiar enough with your chords, you already know where there's only a certain amount of chords that's going to work. If I have an A flat on the left hand, then okay, listen, then you can listen. Is it minor, major? Maybe it's diminished. Maybe it has a flat at 5. Maybe it's an A flat over top of another chord. Maybe it's G flat over A flat. You just got chords that your go-to chords to see if there's a match. And of course, sometimes you just have, it's just a totally different chord. But yeah, I do the same thing. Is it a bad habit to put in piano fingering on your sheet music? Well, when you say my sheet, I don't do sheet music. I don't know if that's what I do is just chord sheets where I usually just give you chords. And if it's Very rare if it's a melodic part that is essential to the song, like you really need to play the notes just like this. That's the only time I might say, I might say, here's the individual notes in between. But I won't say it's a bad habit if you do it on your personal one. Do whatever you got to do so that you can play the song in the future. Grayson, you are potentially the best online tutorial teacher. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Grayson. Thank you, man. I'm surprised more people don't know about you. By the way, have you ever heard of the band Lawrence? I can answer that now. No, I haven't. They're funky, and I think you like their sound. I might have to type it in Spotify or YouTube, man, and check them out. Lawrence. That's easy to remember, like Martin Lawrence or Joey Lawrence, right? Chili Mac, like. I don't know what that means, but your little toe, not your foot. Okay, right. I only had my toe amputated, not my foot. I can still walk around, y'all. I walk around with no cane too. The key, that's a great idea. Do you have Cash App? No, I only use PayPal. But I guess there are multiple ways that you can if you use. I've had people sign up on Patreon, but all they really want to do is just pay for a tutorial. So they'll just go ahead on and through Patreon, because through Patreon, you can just use a credit card, I think, or whatever. You can just use anything and you can pay it. And then they'll just unsubscribe from the channel so that they don't get the monthly recharge. And they'll put the $20 in. They'll do that legitimately and say, yo, can I get this song? And then I do the song, and then they just, they make sure they just don't get charged over again. So for those of you that don't want to do the PayPal for whatever reason, you can, like I said, with Patreon, you can just use your regular credit card. And Patreon, I think, accepts most credit cards, and that will come to me. And then you can cancel it so that you don't, so that it's not a monthly thing if you don't want it to be a monthly thing. So that's another option of paying. If you do it that way, I will do your tutorials that way too. I have people that have done that. They're like, well, I don't have PayPal, but I'll send it through your Patreon, and they'll send it, and the money will clear perfectly. I do the tutorial, and then they just, they make it so that it doesn't be a monthly thing. I have no problem with that. I understand you can't give $20 a month. I understand. Trust me, I do. David said, is there any secret or technique one can use to learn to memorize how to move from one chord to another in a song without looking at sheet music? You asking the wrong person, brother, because I live off of chord sheets. So I guess the only way you could do it is to practice all those songs all the time. But I mean, someone like me, I would say from the end of 2016 to right now, I've probably learned somewhere. I'm just going to put a big, because I don't know what the number is, anywhere between 500 to 700 songs. There's no way I can practice 500 to 700 songs every day so I can memorize them. So for me, I can't. I can't. That's why I do the chord sheets. I do chord sheets because I never know when I might have to do that song. Maybe I might get hired. I do so many love songs and R&B songs. Someone might want to hire me for a wedding or something, and they might say, I want this song. Can you play this song? And then I'm like, wait a minute. I did a tutorial on that song. And then I can go into my thing and pull up the chord sheet. But memorization is different for every person. So everybody, it's different for everyone for memorization. Usually repetition is a major part of memorizing. You know what I'm saying? Doing something over and over again, whether it's music or something else. Or is it really simply a matter of constant repetition? Oh, that's what he just said. I think it's constant repetition personally. There are songs that I can still play. Like remember, I just started playing End of the Road, but End of the Road is one of the first songs I learned how to play on the piano back when I wasn't fluent with reading music and reading chords and all that. So I had to learn it like one chord. I had the sheet music 20 something years ago. So, so stuff like that. And On Bended Knee, oh my goodness. I don't need sheet music for that. But you better believe repetition is the reason why I can play this song. It was like the first song I taught myself how to play. Darling, I can't. Oh man, that was one of the first songs. So yeah, repetition, I would say definitely. When you start to do a chord sheet, could you also include the fingering or use for those chords? Man, that's what the video is for. The video shows you the fingering. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's already a long process for me to for the videos. The way you see the videos now, where you can see that little digital piano at the top. You see my live fingers here. You see my little picture of me now, and you see the information about the artist, me typing up the chord sheets and everything. It's like I really don't want to do anything else to make it more difficult. My thing is, if you really want to know the fingering, that's what the video. You just follow the chord sheet and look at my video, and you'll see what fingering I'm using. Although a lot of times I don't use the same fingering. It's like I might do the intro of a song right at the tutorial, right? So let's say and I'll start playing the song. I usually always play a little bit of the song, at least each section of the song. I'll do the verse one time, the chorus one time, and I might go straight to the bridge, and then I'll end the song just so you can get the idea. But then when I go back and teach the song, I might show you different inversions. I love using different inversions. I'm not gonna let me switch the camera so I can just give a visual real quick to my piano. Which one do I need? This camera. Like when I do an E flat major chord, sometimes I feel like playing it this way. Sometimes I feel like playing it that way. Sometimes I feel like playing it that way. When I do E flat major 9, sometimes I want to play it that way. Sometimes I want to play it that way. I mean, I did that a D flat major 9. Sometimes I want to play it that way. Sometimes it's like I interchange. I always interchange the way I play. So it's hard. It would be your best bet would be, if you're concerned with my fingering, just use the video. That's what the video. You got a visual that will show you, and you got that little digital piano on top that will light up the notes that I'm playing. So just use the visual. Use that visual. But I don't want to do anything else to make the process any longer. It's already, I feel I provide y'all with a whole lot to, to make the process easy as possible for you to learn how to play the song. I think, I told you I'm already backed up. I don't want to make the process any longer. Link Plug says sup Link Plug. Gary, I requested that one. LOL. I'm not sure which one you're talking about, Gary. Michael B. Hold on, did I scroll? Okay, Michael B. What you do is beautiful. I would love to get sheet music for mint conditions. Man, I can't. You never can find sheet music for mint condition stuff. I know you've done a couple of songs already. Yeah, I mean, I have chord sheets. Remember, I don't do sheet music. I just type out the chords I use. But yeah, I've done Pretty Brown Eyes, Pretty Brown Eyes. I've done What Kind of Man Would I Be? And I did another one too. I can't remember. It's at least one more Mint song I did. But you can't find sheet music for that, man. I wish there was more sheet music for that stuff, man. Justin, I really appreciate all you do. I just got a motif. Oh man, time to get man, Justin. You got the motif, man. Do your thing, man. People ask me almost every video what keyboard I like. Me, I think I know they have the montage out now, but those keyboards are so expensive, and I'm like, yo, if you can find yourself, motif keyboards are still out there. You can look at BET and look at all the Grammys and all that stuff. They still play on motif boards, man. The older ones, you know what I'm saying? Those are the best. I love Yamaha motifs, man. So yeah, you the man, dude. You the man, man. Enjoy that thing, man. Play the heck out of it, man. Don't break it, but play it. You know what I'm saying? Hello from Paris. Oh, what's going on? I guess it's Yellow or Wilo. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Another one from International. Time for us to pay you more for your work. You've earned it. Yeah, man. And there are people who, when they request a song, They send more than $20, you know, and it's consistent. So for those that do that, they just do it consistently. Gary, I think you actually was one of the, I think one time you sent me like, you asked for like 2 or 3 songs, but you sent more than just $20 a pop. So I appreciate that. You know, there's other people that do that too. So I appreciate those that give me those little tips, you know what I'm saying, on the top of it. Can I ask why are MIDI files so expensive? Because I got to go back and do more work. I got to go back and do more work, and it's like, and it's a different type of work too. Now with a MIDI file, that means I have to go back, learn how to play the song again, and all that. And it's like, it's you know what I'm saying. It's just the time it takes, you know. So that's all. Chord sheets is fine. Thomas, hi from Paris, Richard. What's up, Thomas? I remember you being in here before. Chili Mac was laughing at something. I don't know who, he must was laughing at me. Thomas, did you get a chance to have a look at my email about Al Giro? I don't remember, because I know I did Moonlighting. Were you the one that asked for Moonlighting? Because if so, I did Moonlighting. I know I did Moonlighting for someone. That was Al Giro. But yeah, Thomas, did you ask for another Al Giro song? I can't off the top of my head, I don't remember there being another Al Giro song. Do you play by ear, Christopher Ward? Yeah, I literally just explained that I just recently learned how to play by ear. So yes, I do play by ear also. Zero Gabs. Hey, Sir Jazz, what's good? Not much, Zero Gabs. How you doing? I think I'm caught up with everybody's questions so far. Any more questions, just feel free. I mean, this is cool, you know, information first. I don't know if some of y'all saw my community tab. If not, you might want to take a peek at it, because I already said what I wanted to do here. I wanted to play a little game. You know, it's like, it's been popular. I'm looking on my phone. It's like popular for people to say one gotta go. It's like a game, and they'll have like different things on there, and they're like, okay, one thing gotta go. What's the one thing that has to go? It never existed. That means there's no remnants of it or whatever. Now I wanted to do that with some music artists and stuff like that. Yo, P. Ellis, are you in here? I see he responded. P. Ellis, by any chance, are you in here? I see he responded to that. But just to give you an idea, since there's no hold up, what's the best keyboard for newbies like me, sir? It all depends on your budget, man. If you got the budget, because I'm biased, I'm not gonna lie, I am 100% biased. Get yourself a Yamaha motif, or you don't even have, you can get, like I said, this is not even a full blast. This keyboard back here, this is not a full motif. That's what you call a Yamaha Mode 6, and it has every sound on there is from the motif board. It's just not every single sound that's on the motif board. But even that, and that, I bought this used, so I only paid like $600 for it, because this is an old board that I still use in 2019. This is what y'all hear on my tutorials. So that's the board you hear. So but you can get the cheaper versions that, like, they have a you can buy a brand new, like I said, it depends on if you got the money. For $1,000, $999 is brand new. It's called Yamaha MX88. It's 88 keys, and it's basically the original motif board that when they first came out with it, it's all motif sounds. And you know that the current flagship keyboard for Yamaha is like $3,000, $4,000. It's called the Montage. So you can subtract about $3,000 off that price, and you can still get, you know. So for me, I'm like, if you can afford it, or get yourself a used motif. You can probably find some motif boards that are it's hard to find them used now, because people are buying. It's like, as soon as a used one come into Guitar Center, somebody picks it up, because those things are, man. So that's just me, because I'm just biased, and I ain't even gonna lie, I'm biased. I love, absolutely love. Hey girl, you jumping into my questions already, man. You gotta wait till I bring it up, man. So my thing is, like, get yourself a Yamaha or something. Or if, and let me say this, let me switch the camera again. This keyboard right here, this keyboard right here, this is a 88, this is 88 keys, weighted keys, and it has a decent piano. You've heard tutorials, plenty of tutorials actually, more than 100 where I've actually used this piano, and I didn't use the motif when I used this. This brand new, I got it on sale brand new. It was like 350, but you can probably get it for around 400 or under 400 if there's a sale. And this is, I'm talking about brand new. It's a digital piano. So if you just learn it that way, that's definitely a whole lot less money. So this is a nice one. It does, as you can see, it has a stand. I use the music stand to just hold my computer keyboard because it's perfect when I'm doing my tutorials. After I sit it right here, I type in my chord sheets and everything, and then when I want to get it out the way, it's wireless. So I just use I just sit that right there, because when I'm looking at my chord sheets, I actually have two monitors, two computer monitors. So I just put the chord sheet on the other monitor, and then I'm recording everything on the other screen, and so this is a good one. And this is Yamaha. This is called a Yamaha P. That's P as in Paul. P45. Like I said, you probably can find it for 400 or maybe even under 400 if it's on sale. And I'm talking about brand new. Built-in speakers, you only get about 8 sounds. But it's, if you're just trying to learn how to play, and you get weighted keys, you get 88 keys. So you know what I'm saying? So that would be my suggestion. If you can afford the motif, get the motif. If not, I would say start with 88 keys, weighted keys, so that your fingers can get used to playing the weighted keys, because that's how a real authentic piano is designed. They're designed with weighted keys anyway. Let me see. What kind of keyboards do you have in your basement? Okay, well, I just showed you the digital piano, the Yamaha P45. This thing right here, this is, it's funny, I just got finished talking about Yamaha, but this is just a controller. This is a controller. This does not have any piano. There's no sounds in this at all. This is just a MIDI controller. So this is good for, let's say, if I have to do something on the go, like I don't even have to have a power cord. If I have my laptop with me, and let's say I have to do studio work somewhere, like a few years ago, I was teaching a summer. I did it for 2 summers at Morgan State University, and I was doing a music class, and but part of the music class was recording some songs for them to, and we put them on CDs for them to take home. And one of the songs was like "We Are the World." I had them doing all that, and I produced the music and everything. And so this is perfect. This is, you can USB this thing to a computer. You don't even have to have a power plug. You know what I'm saying? The computer will power it up, and then I can use all the sounds from my computer. So this is a controller. So this doesn't get a whole lot of use. This is here for if I ever need to set up somewhere. I need to do recording or some production somewhere, and I want something small. This is easy to carry, small. It's only 49 keys. So this is, like I said, this is only used because I haven't been doing a lot of portable stuff lately. Again, this is a Yamaha Mo 6 back here. Even when I play the keyboard over here, that's what you're hearing. This keyboard was a gift to me, given to me just a month ago. This is a Yamaha EX5. A friend of mine that I used to, if like I said this before on like the other live, if you saw the video of me playing with my the band, I uploaded 2 songs that I played with my band from like 20 years ago. One of the lead singers of that band, this was his keyboard. He literally just moved to California. He arrived there on the day of my birthday was March 5th. And he literally drove from here, from Baltimore to California. He moved there. And he had this board in storage for years. He hadn't even used it for years. And he called me up and said, "Yo, Rich, man, I'm moving to California." And I was like, whoa, Like, okay. And he was like, and I hadn't talked to him in a couple of years. He said, man, I can't take all this stuff. He had a lot of stuff. We used to have a production company back in the day. So we used to write songs and try to write stuff for other artists, and we wrote songs for that band. Both of those songs that you heard on that video of my live band, both of us produced those songs. He wrote the songs and we both helped produce them. Those were original songs. He wrote the words to one of the songs, and he actually created the music for one of the songs. It was actually, even though I was playing the piano, but it was his music, and then I took it and produced it, and we taught it to the band and everything. But so we used to do a lot of work together, and and he said, man, if you want this, you can have it. And this keyboard was the expensive board like 20 years ago. It's an older board, but it's just before the Motif boards came out. Yamaha EX5. I haven't even had a lot of time to spend with it because every time I come down here, I'm doing tutorials, so I don't know. I haven't gotten into all the nicks and crannies. I've just went through some sounds and everything. So I'll probably will try to do a video soon on that keyboard, like just do a video where I might sit it over here in front of me and we'll just go through the sounds of it or whatever, and just check it out, whatever. So I do have that. I have I'm not going to get up and bring it over here because I'm lazy, but it's I have a 61 key. It's called a Yamaha S03 board, and it's a board I used to use. I used to play at there was 2 different churches I used to use that board because it's easy to carry. It's a light 61 key keyboard, so it's not being used right this second. I just don't have a use for it. But I mean, I was just using it like maybe 2 years ago, like every Sunday at this, not at the church where I am now, but the church before that. I used to so I still use that board when I need to. And it's Yamaha. I told you everything is Yamaha. And I have another controller. Like, this is just a controller with no sounds. I have one that's 88 keys also. But I decided to get this one that's in front of me, this digital piano, because I wanted something that was 88 keys but had music in it too, so that if I had a gig, this will all I'll need to do. I just need to just bring this keyboard and go with it. And with that, I will always have to have either a sound module or a laptop or something with me. So I decided to do that. So that's most of the board. I think there might be, I have one little $100 keyboard that sits up in my room and it's funny, I keep it up there for emergencies. And it's funny because when I came home from my surgery, when I had my toe amputated, I did videos. There's like 2 or 3 videos of me playing keyboard. You can tell I'm not sitting down here. I'm using it. That's just like $100 keyboard, just a little cheap one. And I just keep it up in my room for if I'm ever stuck up in there and I just want to do something. So I have that too. So that I used that one this year and did videos with it. So just me playing and singing, practicing, keeping my fingers, when I couldn't get down here. I couldn't come down these basement steps, man, when I first got home. So that's most of the boards. Yeah, I like collecting keyboards, but I don't have a whole lot of them. But I would have more but I'm like I need to be responsible and smart with my money, so I'm not going to just keep mine. Like I said, this was a gift. I paid nothing. All I had to do was drive to he had it in storage. All I had to do was just drive to the storage place. As a matter of fact, he put it in the truck for me. He put it up in the truck. That's all I had to do. So this was 100% free. So I didn't have to pay for that. So I'm like, man, there's no way that I'm going to be a keyboard man. I'm a piano player. If someone's like, yo, here's a Yamaha EX5, which was like the board back in the day, like 20 years ago. This was the board. And here it is, free of charge, working. Everything works on it. Every note works. I've been through a lot of the sounds. Everything works. Nothing wrong with it. Here's yours for free. I'm like, I was like, what's that address again, dude? Let me put it in my GPS. What's that address again? Okay. So okay, let me get back to the questions now. Oh yeah, Gary talking about Jagged Edge has to go. Man, you jumping ahead, man. You jumping ahead. Wendell Day, nice boy. Thank you, Wendell. By any chance, you're not my cousin, are you? His last, but he don't go by Day. I have a cousin named Wendell down in North Carolina. I just want to make sure you're not my cousin, man. You're not my little cousin, man. D. Scroggins, Yamaha 323 for me 2 years ago when I got serious. Okay, cool. I think I caught up with all the questions. Okay, so let's play a little game, y'all. All right, so we want to play a little game. This is I've been seeing this on a lot of people's if y'all familiar with Kev on Stage on YouTube, man, I've been subscribed to him. I love, and he does stuff like this on Righteous and Ratchet on his little podcast, and they do One Gotta Go. And they had one. Can you play I Will Be Here by Stephen Curtis Chapman, sir? I'm pretty sure I can play it. I just don't know what the song. I don't know what the song is. I never heard it, but I'm sure if I heard it, I could sit down and learn it. So like I said, so I want to do my own version of this too, because I didn't like some of the people they was letting go on theirs. So the first one, and feel free to put your answers, all right, in the comment section down here. But the first one, and I'm reading this off of my community tab. So if you want to see it, if you go to my front page on YouTube and click community, you'll see the last post I put up. That's I'm reading this. So I'm halfway through what I posted, and it says One Gotta Go. Now let me explain this for those that don't understand how this works. That means, okay, on this one I got 5 different R&B groups. Okay, I'm gonna give you 5 different groups, and these are 5 groups that I like too. These I like all 5 of these groups, but one gotta go. And when I mean by one has to go, that means they never existed. They never existed. The group never that means any song that you currently like by them doesn't exist. It never happened. Okay. So it's like it never happened. So you have to really think about this. So again, you can put your answers down. Well, Gary already put his answers down. He cheated. He jumped ahead. But anyway, so but let's take us let's take a look at this. So y'all ready? So one of these R&B groups have to go. All right, so you got Boys to Men, Jodeci, Shy, Drew Hill, and Jagged Edge. Okay, so those are the 5 groups. Okay, let me say it again. You got Boys to Men, Jodeci, Shy, Drew Hill, and Jagged Edge. All right, so one of these groups absolutely have to go. All right. Before I give my answer, now remember, before you select which group has to go, before you say it, real understand that if you say that group has to go, none of the music that they have out exists. Okay, you've never heard it. That means you have to say goodbye to it, and somebody goes into your mind and they peck it away, they chip it away, so it doesn't exist. So okay, so I've had 2 people say Jagged Edge. Gary said it earlier. For those, when I say Gary, I'm talking about GBESQ. That's Gary. I've known Gary for a while. He's been a long time supporter of this channel. So Gary said Jagged Edge, and Louisiana Gardening family said Jagged Edge. That's the person that has to go. Okay, so anybody else want to put their 2 cents in? So again, the groups are Boys to Men, Jodeci, Shy, Drew Hill, and Jagged Edge. Oh man, David said Drew Hill. David, I thought you was cool. I ain't gonna do that. Like, how you gonna say Drew Hill, man? Don't you know Drew Hill is from Baltimore, Maryland, man? Don't you know I'm from Baltimore, Maryland? I went to high school with 2 of them, man. Come on, nah, I'm just playing. Nah, we just playing, man. Okay, so I have 2 people that said Jagged Edge has to go. So 2 for Jagged Edge, 1 for Drew Hill. Anybody else want to put in there what they want to say? Little Gary just said stop playing. I'm like, yo, Drew Hill, really? You gonna tell Man, I watched them before y'all knew them. Before y'all knew Drew Hill, I was a fan of them, man. They used to go around Baltimore calling themselves Legacy back in the day, man. Come on, man. It's all good though. Fine. And if I ever fall in love, so true, just for that song alone, they gotta stay. Okay, all right, I got you for shy. Okay. He said, wait a minute. Did somebody fix their fingers to type boys to men have to go? Really? Yo, what's up, Terrell Finazzi? That's a supporter of the channel too, man. What's up, Terrell? Okay, so he said Jagged Edge. Wait a minute, let me get back to this dude named Zero. Did you fix your fingers to say boys to men? It's like I want to scream. Oh my goodness. I never thought somebody would say boys to men. So y'all already know boys and men is staying on my list. Before I tell you which one has to go, you already boys. Boys and men is staying on my list. Fresh Sounds Florida says Shy. Okay, I can understand Shy, and I'm okay. So we have about 3 people for Jagged Edge, 1 for Drew, 1 for Boys to Men, and 1 for Shy. I'm just waiting to see if anybody else want to put theirs in. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do it one at a time. I'm gonna do it where I'm going to say, okay, I'm gonna do a process of elimination. I'm gonna take off the ones that will stay. And then the one that is left is the one that actually will go. So I would say, like right now, I can tell you right now, you can take Boys to Men off the list for me. That's not on the list. So they're staying. So I'm putting them back in my phone because I'm gonna put Boys to Men back in here because they're not going nowhere. But I'm gonna do it that way. Zero said he's jealous of Wanye's vocals. Well, aren't we all? I think almost most singers on the planet Earth is jealous of what Wanye can do. Have y'all been checking out Wanye's sons, man? Wanye's sons, man, they've been uploading videos. They call Wan Moore, WANMOR. Wan Moore is his 4 sons, man. They've been tearing up Instagram and YouTube, man. They've been singing Boys to Men songs as well as other people like After 7. They even did Smokey Robinson, Ooh Baby Baby. They even did Bet You by Golly Wow. That's a tutorial I just did recently. I mean, those little boys can sing, man. Especially the youngest one, man. The youngest one, he's like a little Michael Jackson. Okay. What is the criteria? Best groups? Well, you choose what the criteria is. It's up to you. You decide which one has to go. But let me say what the groups are again. The groups are Boys to Men, Jodeci, Shy, Drew Hill, Jagged Edge. One of those groups have to go. And if that group, whatever group you choose, that means their music goes. Their music never existed. You never heard of it. You know what I'm saying? So I've lost count. I know we had 1 Drew Hill, 1 Boys to Men. So far, I think more people have said Jagged Edge. One person says Shy. Best Cruz. Hey, Cruz. We not related for real, but it's a pleasure being your brother. Did you get a chance to check out my music on reservations.com? I can guarantee you I haven't had a chance to yet, man. Schedule has really been crazy right now. Shy stays because of their acapella prowess. Okay, Gary. All right, so Christopher said Jagged Edge. So it looks like with the at least with the chat, if we said majority rules, it will be Jagged Edge because there's a lot of people that said Jagged Edge. So all right, so let me go down my list now. Again, I'm gonna do process of elimination. So I'm gonna call out the groups that I'm taking off the list, like you don't belong on the list. Okay, so the first group that doesn't belong on the list is Boys to Men. So I'm taking Boys to Men. They're back in my phone. They're not on the list for me. Another person just said Jagged Edge has to go. Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. So for me, so Boys to Men, okay, so they off the list. The next group that I have to take off, there's no way that Drew Hill can stay up on there because I personally have been fans of them since before they even had a record deal. Okay. And I'm like, and I mean, especially Larry Anthony Jr., the one they call Jazz, you know what I'm saying? That dude, I was like so impressed with the way he would sing when he would get solos in choir. We was in choir together back in high school. And like when he would sing, I would just sit there and be like, wow, how do you do that? That's like I'm sitting like, how do you sing like that? So Drew Hill comes off. All right, so boom. So Boys and Men, they don't belong on the list. Drew Hill is off. So now I'm left with Jodeci, Shy, and Jagged Edge. So the next group that comes off, there's no way Jodeci is coming off. I'm sorry. There's no. I wish P. Ellis was in here right now, man. Because y'all, if those who know who P. Ellis, he was all those Jodeci tutorials I have on my channel. About 99% of those, he was the one that requested them. He's a big Jodeci fan. But I'm taking Jodeci off. So Jodeci is off the list for me. So Boys and Men is off. Drew Hill is off. Jodeci is off. There's no way that I could not have my Forever My Lady come and talk to me, cry for you. I know I have to have those songs. Got to have those songs. So now we're left with Shy and Jagged Edge. Uh-oh. Jagged Edge. What's going on with Jagged Edge? How come they on the bottom too? So okay, so the last group that I'm taking off the list is actually easy for me between these two, because one of these groups I actually had every CD that they released, at least back in the day. And the other group, even though I love the group, I never owned their CD ever. So it's easy. So for me, the last group that comes off is Shy. I had their first album. I had the Blackface album. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm like, yo, so I'm with the majority in the room, man. And I love Jagged Edge is cool, man. I did a tutorial for Gotta Be the not too long, like a month ago. You know, I gotta be the one you nudge. And baby, I gotta be the one you okay. Sound is stay. Oh, yeah, Jodeci stay, man. Yeah, Jodeci just got too many classics, man. Too many classics. So for me, the one that's gotta go is Jagged Edge. All right. So that was cool. That was cool. But I put one more up. So I'm gonna do the next poll, right? Now, while I'm doing this, if you want to come up with your own poll, feel free to type it up in there, and I can tell you, and then the room can tell you who they would take off, and then I'll tell you what I would take off. But the next one, this time, this next poll is for producers and songwriters. Okay. Again, if you want to see what I typed ahead of time, just go to my YouTube channel, the front page, and click community. If you click that community tab, the last post I made, that's what I'm looking at on my phone right now. So producers and songwriters, here are the 5 people: David Foster, Babyface. I put these two together because I've never heard of them producing anything separately. Everything they do is always together. So I'm putting these 2 names, but I'm putting them down as one. Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, because they always 100%, they always do everything together. So Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis is one by itself. Rodney Jerkins and B. Cox. Brian Michael Cox. All right. So again, this is songwriters and producers. So we're not talking about, some of these people are singers too. Like, well, actually, Babyface is the only one that is actually has singing, but we're talking about as songwriters and producers. We're not talking about singing ability. We all know Babyface can sing his face off. You know what I'm saying? This is from a song that means whoever you say have to come off the list, that means any song that they ever wrote doesn't exist anymore. So like for David Foster, for those of you who don't know, he is one of the main writers of After the Love by Earth, Wind and Fire. After the love is gone. So if you say David Foster, I know y'all like, but he's the white guy. Who cares what color skin he is? I don't care what color skin he is. You know what I'm saying? It's like he wrote After the Love is Gone. So if you say you getting rid of him, then that means we don't have After the Love is Gone. And I'm like, nah, that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. So all right, so we have David Foster, Babyface, Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis, Rodney Jerkins, Brian Cox. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna let people, you can put in who you say have to go first, and then I'll tell you. I'll do the same thing with myself. I'll do a process of elimination. Uh Bobby Brown on our own. Well, Bobby Brown's not an option. Well, it wasn't an option on this particular one. Naptown's own Babyface. So somebody said that Babyface got to go, Justin. So you saying Babyface got to go? Oh no, absolutely. Oh, okay. Anybody else want to put in again? David Foster, Babyface, Jamie Jam, Terry Lewis, Rodney Jerkins, and B Cox. Jimmy Jam, I don't know what he did. You don't know Jimmy. Oh, okay, let's put it this way. Pretty much every single hit, starting with Janet Jackson's Control album. Not her first album. She had an album before Control, but starting with the Control album all the way to current. Jimmy Jam is like the guy that's playing the keyboards on pretty much every song. And Terry Lewis is usually playing the bass line and he's producing the vocals. Okay, so I just so that you understand who Jimmy Jam is. It's like when you're listening to her songs, the slow songs and the fast songs, you know, let's wait a while and all that stuff. The man that's playing the keyboards, that's creating those keyboards, writing those piano parts, that's Jimmy Jam. Terry Lewis is a bass player, but he also produced vocals in the studio. Like when he's working with, when the vocalist is in the booth, he's the one that's telling them, okay, oh, sing it like this, try it like this, let's do this harmony. You know what I'm saying? So just so you know who he is, I need to know who he is. So all right, it's between B Cox and Rodney Jerkins. But Jerkins produced MJ, so he's solidified. Okay. So Gary said, it sounds like Gary is saying B Cox got to go. And yeah, for those who don't know, like Michael Jackson's last official album from when he was alive, Rodney Jerkins is all on that album. He might be one of the executive producers. Don't quote me on that. But, you know, he's that, you know, my life will never be the same. Girl, you came and changed the way I walk, the way I talk. I cannot That's Rodney Jerkins right there, man. Rock my world. Yeah, you rock my world. You know, that's Rodney Jerkins. Just so you know, I think it's fair that you need to know who you saying get rid of. You know what I'm saying? David Foster's the man. Oh, yes. Yeah, David Foster's the man. Jam and Lewis did on Jam and Lewis did On Bended Knee. So you already know, if I'm telling y'all that On Bended Knee is my number one favorite song on the planet Earth. You already know who is staying on my list. Because that means if I took them off, that means I won't have On Bended Knee. No, that doesn't work for me. I can't. No, that's not going to work for me. I can't just not have On Bended Knee. That's just not going to work. All right, Justin said B Cox got to go. House of Jazz, do what a fool believes. I don't know what you're talking about. That's not a part of our poll that we're doing right now. Davy or Davy. That's not a part of the poll. The people that we're talking about are David Foster, Babyface, Jamie Jam, Terry Lewis, Rodney Jerkins, and B Cox, Brian Michael Cox. We're saying one of these songwriters / producers has to go. And if you say whoever you choose, that means all their music goes too. So anybody else want to put in their 2 cents before I go ahead on and do mine? I don't really see anybody else. I don't see. Okay, so all right, here we go. So I'm gonna, like I said, process of elimination for me. I'm gonna take off Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis comes off my list first. I put them back on my phone. If for nothing else, there's no way I could not have. They did Tender Love also. Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis, Tender Love for the Force MDs. Absolutely no way. They cannot. I cannot get rid of them. There's no way. No way. So the first person off the list is him. I have to take David Foster off the list for nothing. If for and he's done so many songs, y'all. You'd be surprised how many songs he has worked on. But this one song, "After the Love" by Earth, Wind, and Fire, for that song and that song alone, he comes. I cannot have life and that song doesn't exist. So I pull him. He's back in my phone. So I've taken Jammin' Lewis. I've taken David Foster off. I have to take Babyface off because Babyface has written so many of the Boys to Men hits. I'll Make Love to You, End of the Road. Those were like the two big. There's no way I could not that End of the Road will disappear. I could have that disappear. I'll Make Love to You disappear. No way. Absolutely not. Ain't gonna work. Yes, I said ain't gonna work. Okay, so I took off David Foster, Babyface Jam. Okay, so it's Rodney Jerkins and B Cox. This is hard. This is a hard one. This is a hard one. Yeah, Babyface did Water Runs Dry also. Yep, we sure did. Wow. Man. See, Jerkins did not only did Rodney Jerkins do Michael Jackson, but he did Brandy too, man. He did like Brandy's second and third album, man, and those are some like. But B Cox is hot too, you know what I'm saying? But for me, if I had to say out of between Rodney Jerkins and B Cox, it's like I would rather lose the stuff that B Cox did before I'm like, oh, let me lose half of Michael Jackson's Invincible album. Let me lose almost 2 of Brandy albums. So just that alone, I have to pull Rodney off and say, B Cox, you gotta let you go, man. So for that's my answer. So for me, it's B Cox. I'm like, yeah, B Cox, you straight, dude. You straight. You straight gun. And I like me, yo, he's like, I see him on interviews, he just seems like the coolest person. I love Since You've Been Gone by Day 26. Remember that group from Making a Band that Puffy put together? That's B Cox right there. Day 26. Since You've Been Gone now, been knowing I never know the words to songs, right? But I love that song. Like I would hate to have to get rid of that song, but yeah, that's it. Babyface wrote for everybody. Yeah, Babyface and David Foster has written for like almost everybody too. Do you know David Foster actually did a song for Drew Hill on their second album? He produced it. Diane Warren wrote it, and David Foster produced it. It's a song on there called "What Do I Do with the Love." Go listen to Into the Drew. That's Drew Hill's second album. David Foster, he's even on that stuff. And that's a nice. It wasn't a single, but that's a beautiful song. Very nice song. Hold on for a second. Okay. Sorry, but I wanted to respond to that text message. Okay. Peacocks. Foster did I Swear for All for One. Yeah, I love that song, man. Um, he originally did it. It was for a country artist. I forget the name. I did a piano tutorial for I Swear. And I did put the name of the original artist. I just can't remember. But yeah, I love that song, man. Well, really the All for One version is the version that I heard. And I swear by the moon and the stars in the sky. B Cox was holding down the contemporary sound of R&B for a minute. Yeah, he really was. Like it's like after it's like there was a time when it was like, yo, it was like Timberland and Rodney Jerkins. It was like they had those real heavy beats and stuff. It's like they still had their own style. They still had their own style of production, but it's like, it's like they just brought this new sound, kind of like, even though they had their own sound, but it was still under like the same type of umbrella, or the tree is on the same tree but just different branches, I would say. But then it's like after that, it was like B Cox was like the one that, I mean, he was like, his stuff was just like, he did those Usher songs. I didn't I just do an Usher tutorial? You got it bad. You got it bad. When you're on a phone. That's B Cox. That's B Cox. That's one of his tracks right there. What is it? I can't remember how to play. You got it bad. When you're on the phone. Hang up, then you call right back. You got it bad. If you miss a day without your friend, your whole life's off track. Know you got it bad when you're stuck in the house. You don't wanna have fun. It's all you think about. You got it bad when you're not and you keep on thinking about somebody. You got it bad. When you say that you love them, you don't really know. Everything that used to matter, it don't matter no more. Like my money, my car. Oh yeah, that's hot. I hate to get rid of that song. I like that song, man. Dang. But if I get rid of B Cox, that means that song's gone. Yeah. Oh yeah. He was all over the Confessions album. Yeah. He was all over the Confessions and the album was that My Way? The one that had You Got It Bad on it. He was all over that album too. So I mean, we're losing a lot of songs, man. So hard, but like I said, Kev on stage was doing something similar to like that, and I was like, man, how y'all gonna just take that person off? I said, I gotta do my own version. I only have 12 people in here. He be having, like 10,000, 30,000 views and stuff, but I just thought it was fun. I just wanted to do my own. Put it this way, anything R&B song coming out of So Def was produced by him. Yeah, at least the big hits, yo. At least the big ones. Yeah, it was, because he was always with 8701. Yeah, Gary. Yeah, that was the album that had You Got It Bad. Yeah, he produced all over that album with Jermaine and Fresh Sounds Florida. Yeah, you're absolutely right, man. That R&B stuff during that time period when he came out, when B Cox came out, he definitely was on most of that stuff, man. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Yeah, I agree. So yeah, that was just fun. Did anybody else want to do their own type of poll? And do it? Somebody gotta go. Just let me know. I don't want to leave nobody behind. If you wanted to throw something in there. If not, then we can go back to me taking questions or whatever. I'm letting y'all decide where we move from here. Just let me know. I'm checking. I'll give y'all a couple of seconds to give people a chance to type up something first. Should be okay. How about who's the best singer producer for you, Sir Jazz? Oh, somebody wants to know the best producer who is a singer also. Yeah, that's a good question, man. Good question. I don't know if I want to answer it. No, I was just playing. um, let's see. Hold on for a second. I'm just readjusting something real quick. Hold on. Okay. Singer and produce. You know what? And it's funny because I didn't have this person's name down on the previous list that I just did. But okay, Gary just did. He just so I'm gonna answer Zero's question first, and then Gary put up a one has to go. So just take a look at what guy GB Esquire. Just take a look at what he said, and then get ready to put your answer down. But for me, best singer and producer, man, Brian McKnight is Brian McKnight can sing his behind off, and he's also a songwriter and producer. So he's one of the best. But so is Babyface. Because I don't just like Babyface songs and production. I actually like him as a singer too. I really like him as a singer too. So I guess if we're saying it has to be somebody that's a singer and a producer, it's somewhere it falls between Babyface and Brian McKnight for me. Okay, so one has to go. This is from Gary Bailey. You got Tony Braxton, got Janet, and I'm sure we all know who he's talking about, referring to Janet Jackson. He got Whitney, that's referring to Whitney Houston. Aretha Franklin, man, if anybody say she has to go, I don't know if we could be friends. But anyway, I'm just saying the name that he's putting up there. Like, I don't know, can we be friends if you say Aretha gotta go? I don't know if we could be friends. I don't know. I have to question the friendship. And Mary J. and Mary J. So one has to go. So I'm gonna wait a minute or two and give people a chance to type in who they say has to go. And then I honestly don't even know. I haven't made a decision on the last person yet, so that has to go. So I honestly don't know. I'll actually come up with my answer as right now. So I'll give y'all a chance to say type in what y'all want to say. All right, Thelonous Drunk. I hope I said your name right. Says Murray has to go. Zero says Mary has to go. Oh no. Oh no, Mary. All right, so far Mary J is like she's losing right now. Anybody else want to put Mary? Y'all tripping, but she is the weak link. Well, like we said, the rule is the game is somebody has to go. It's like you can't say nobody. You got to choose somebody. The question is, who are you willing to sacrifice? You know what I'm saying? And lose their music, lose their catalog, songs and hits and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Uh, it's like, Justin, how you going to say that we're tripping, and then say, but she is the weakest one? Then you're not tripping because remember somebody got to go. But anyway, um, Zero. Let's finish this one first before we do another one. Before we do another one, let's finish this one. All right. So Gary said, the person who put this one up, he said Tony, even though she has an amazing voice, he would say Tony Braxton. Okay. Somebody else just said Mackell Lee just said Tony is weak also. Okay, so we have Mary J. Oh, somebody said Janet. You willing to get rid of all of even though Janet Jackson is not the strongest singer by a long shot, she got so many nice songs though. But okay. All right. Justin said, okay, so we got two Justins. We have Just 10, that is Just, and then the number 10, and then we have Justin spelled the normal way. So just the number 10 said Janet. And it looks like the Justin with the regular spelling is saying he's saying that we're tripping off of Murray, but it looks like he said Murray is his answer because he says she is the weakest one. So is that your official answer? Justin, Justin. Um, Christopher Ward said Tony Braxton's got to go. Okay. Justin said I'm conflicted. Okay, I feel you. David said Nicki Minaj is not on the list, man. David, you got to choose somebody that's on the list, man. That would be easy if we all could just name somebody that's not on the list. That would make it so much easier. Oh my goodness. Don't forget, Babyface produced them all on Waiting to Accept. Well, here's the thing about it. See, if Babyface wrote the song and produced it, that means you don't necessarily lose those songs because Babyface probably, if the person never existed, he just would have given somebody else would have sing it. So that means you don't necessarily have to lose their songs if you're at least if you're talking about the Waiting to Exhale soundtrack. That's a good point. Like he did produce most of those women for that soundtrack. So yeah. So we would still have the songs. But the song might not mean the same to us because it wasn't sung by that particular art. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think you understand what I'm saying. But I'm getting ready to give mine in a second. Let me see. Anybody else? Joni Braxton's got to go. Okay, so Justin Justin said he's officially saying Tony Braxton guys has to go. Now, just with the number 10, Janet is the weakest singer out of all of them. She had great producers. Oh yeah, we just got finished talking about her producers too. She had the best. I mean, Jam and Lewis. Come on. Here's another reason why Jam and Lewis can't go. Any Heartbreak album. That's all I got to say. New Edition, any Heartbreak album. If we had said Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis had to go, we would not have Can You Stand the Rain. We wouldn't have If It Is in Love. You know what I'm saying? Do 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 do. You know how they do that dance stuff? Do 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 do. Yeah, I can't dance, but yeah. So that's just another reason. So not only because of Janet's music, but yeah, you couldn't get rid of Jan. I can't believe I forgot to mention that, man. New Editions Heartbreak album, really? Can you stand the rain? No, I don't think so. But anyway, but let's get back to the current one. Someone said the other Justin said, but Janet can dance. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. She absolutely can. But Gary said Murray is the weakest vocals. Hold up, wait a minute. Yo, Gary, you think that Murray's vocals are weaker than Janet's? For real? I mean, I know, when the only time Murray would sound bad live was when she was high. You know what I'm saying? Remember, she's admitted she's struggling with the drinking and the drugs, but I've heard her when she was live and was on point. I guess she wasn't, high or whatever. So it's your opinion. I'm just saying, wow. I wouldn't say that if we're saying Janet and Mary J. Blige, I wouldn't say that Janet vocals are stronger than Mary. But you know what I'm saying? That's just me. It's an opinion. It's just my opinion. So it's all good. Can You Stand in the Rain is how I found your channel. Oh, well, then just 10, the number 10. We definitely can't lose that because you found my channel because of that song. So that's another reason why Jam and Lewis can't go, because I found a new subscriber because of them. Thank you, Jam and Lewis, for writing such a beautiful song. Gary said, absolutely, Janet high notes are special. You know what? When she sings high and soft, it's like if she was like right singing that to me, like right in front of me, I probably would melt right into her hands and say, "Take me as your love slave." For real, it is sweet, man. I have to admit, yeah. When she do all that, and then when Jam and Lewis, I think it's really Terry Lewis is the one that always produced vocals. It's like the way he would arrange those vocals and her harmonies and stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah, Murray's voice never made me want to say "Make Me Your Love Slave." Janet can say something. I'll be like, "Yo, make me your love slave." Yeah, I'm just trying to see. Okay. I guess it's time for me to give my answer now. Like I said, I honestly, I'm 100%. I don't know who I'm saying has to go yet. So let me scroll back up so I can see all the names. So if you type something, I'm not going to see it till after I make my choice because I had to scroll up. So it's Tony Braxton, Janet, Whitney, Aretha, Mary J. Thank you. Now somebody might be trying to get smart after now that I say this. Thank you for not saying Aretha Franklin. Not one person here said Aretha Franklin. Thank you. Thank you. And she's coming off the list first. I don't have to explain that one. I'm pretty sure I don't have to explain why she's coming off my list. Yeah, she doesn't belong on that list. She comes off the knocking block or whatever. She comes off the block. Okay, so yeah, we keeping Aretha. We keeping her. Okay, the next one I'm keep. Oh, Whitney. Whitney will be the next one. Whitney, too many beautiful songs, beautiful voice. You know, in her heyday before the drugs and all that stuff started affecting her or whatever it was. So all right. So first, um, Aretha comes off. Whitney comes off. Okay. So we're left with Tony Braxton, Janet, and Mary J. For the reasons that Gary just said about Janet's her soft high notes and stuff and harmonies, there's no way I could say goodbye to that. So Janet, you come off that chopping block, baby. You still here, baby girl. All right, so she comes off. And so now we got Tony Braxton and Mary J. Blige. Tony Braxton is a Maryland native, so I have to keep that in mind. For those that don't know, she was originally from Maryland. She wasn't from Baltimore. I think she was like somewhere in PG County, I think, don't quote me, which is 20 minutes up the highway from Baltimore City. The interstate, I should say, about 15, 20 minutes up the interstate. Or should I say down the interstate? Um, hmm. Man. Man, this one's hard. This one is hard. Between Tony and you know what? It's not that hard. I'm going to say Murray is going to have to go. So, in other words, let me say it correctly. Tony stays. So, let me pull her off the block. And then the person that has to go for me would be Mary J. And that's crazy because I love her song Reminisce. I love that song. I don't want to not hear that, but yeah. Mary J comes off for me. Let me scroll back down so I can see any new comments. Hold on. Uh, mm, I like that. Mackell Lee said Aretha and Whitney don't have to have a great producer to make a song great. That's absolutely correct. Their voices is what made those songs. I agree. Talking about two truly golden voices. So I agree. Uh so do we have any more polls? Any other polls for one's got to go? One has to go. Any more polls? Because if not, we can go back to just answering some more questions and then we can get out. We can wrap it up soon. It's been about almost 2 hours, I think. Let me see. Did it tell me over here? Is there anybody that wanted to jump into the live with me? If you have Google Hangouts, all you have to do is just have Google Hangouts. Google Hangouts is free. If you have it, you can jump into this live and you can talk. You don't even have, like I said to Chili Mac, you don't even have to turn your camera on. You can actually keep your camera off and just do a voice thing and we could just hear you. So is there anybody that want to join in, even though we'll probably be closing down soon? Oh, Gary said how. All you have to do is just have Hangouts. You just and Hangouts is free. Hangouts, if you have a Google account, which you do, I know you do because you have a YouTube channel. So if you have a YouTube channel, you already have a Hangouts account. So all you have to do is put Hangouts on your phone if that's what you're using right now, and tell me what your email address that you used for that, and I can send you an invite just by that. I can like just type in your email address. You'll get a link sent to you, and then you click that link and you'll be in on the live with me. Did you want to do that, Gary? I'm just sitting here waiting to see if Gary was going to respond. Y'all didn't see me kind of doze off a little bit, did y'all? I was just waiting. Let me see. Um, let's see. Let's see while I wait for the response. While I wait for the response, I'm gonna share this song that I wrote probably more than 20 years ago. No, it's actually it was before 99. So it's been more than 20 years. I'm gonna sing a little piece of the song. Y'all tell me how y'all like it. Nights cannot sleep, days I cannot think of anything except your smile. Think back to the day we met. I never will forget how you became a part of my life. How I long to see your face and feel your warm embrace. How I long to be with you. Never can forget how sweet you are. Your love, it's changed my life. How I long to be with you. Just a little snippet, Gary, I don't know. I see you put a little thing that's pointing up. Is that you asking me how again? Because I did explain. All you have to do is just make sure you have Hangouts on your phone. That you want a tutorial of my song and I haven't even released it yet. Maybe after I release it, I'm thinking about recording it. Just be piano. I'm thinking about trying to do a project. I wrote some songs back in the day, and I've never done anything with them. So I might just do a piano and CD or something like that. Call it something like that, where it's just me doing what I did right here, but it'll just be, I mean, I'll put some background vocals and stuff on it, but it's not going to be like produced with drums and everything, but try to release something. So maybe if I find the time to sit down and do that, and enough people purchase that, project or something, then, maybe I could throw in some tutorials or something like that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But thank you, man. I appreciate that. what you said about the song. And I'm still trying to wait for Gary. It's just showing my email. Oh no, it's not showing your email. But if you do you have Hangouts on your phone already? I guess that's the thing. Just tell me yes or no if you have Hangouts. Because if you have it, then I can just type in your email address, and what it'll do is it will send you a invitation link, and then you just click it. Okay. All right, hold on. Gary, let me see if I can find your I'm gonna look on, cause I know you've emailed me, excuse me, several times before. Let me get your email address. Hold on. Da 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 da. Are you using the AOL one, Gary? I'm gonna try the AOL one. I haven't really written a lot of gospel songs before. Mostly love songs are the ones I wrote. My goodness. Phone is going crazy. Showing all these, I guess, emails that they didn't show before. Okay. Okay, let me for yeah, Gary. Oh, you said Gmail. I don't have an email. Let me ask you this. Is your Gmail the same email address as the one on AOL, but instead of saying at AOL, just say at gmail.com? Just type what I have and just say at gmail.com. I don't want to put your email address out there. That's what I'm just saying. Should I type what I have? Which is oh, okay. He gave it to me. Okay, cool. Here it is. Let me do it now. Hold on. Okay. Billy JR at gmail.com. All right, Gary. I just sent you an invite, so I guess it'll be in your email. So check your email. You probably can check it now. And I don't know what it's going to say because this is my second time using Hangouts. The first time I used Hangouts was when I had You probably can check it
Oh, there you
now.
go, right there. I just see
And
it.
I
Yeah.
don't know what it's going to say because my this. What's up? You know what? All this time, this is the first time I ever seen what Gary looks like, y'all. And this,
What's up, homie?
what's up, man?
Not much, man.
Oh
Listen,
man, I've never seen what he looked like before. This is my first time. He been supporting me for what, 2 years?
at least,
Yes,
at
sir,
least,
man. What's
man.
going on, man?
You listen, man. You know I'm one of your biggest fans. I actually posted one of the songs I learned from you on IG. I just never showed you,
Why,
so
man?
I
What's
gotta
up?
send you the link. Nothing, man. Listen, I'm just here to support you. Man. I'm glad you constantly doing your thing. As far as the polls you posted, listen, this is why Shy can't go. You know,
Okay.
you didn't teach this song, but this is one of the most iconic intros, and I know you're gonna recognize it. I'm gonna just play
Is it
it
going to
real
be
quick.
together forever?
Come on, man. How you gonna steal my thunder? Now I don't want to play it. You crush my ego.
But you know what? I've never
But
played together forever before. So go ahead on and play it. I've never played it. I want to hear it.
and it's actually not that hard, man. It's one of the first songs that I ever learned.
Okay.
Hold on 1 second. I'm
All
gonna just
right.
play the
Cool.
intro.
That you love me.
Yeah, man.
I was giving, yo,
That's the
that sounds
anthem.
just like it, man. You want to teach me that one? Shoot, that sounds just like it. I need to do a tutorial on that, man. But
Listen,
I
man,
might
that's the
need you to teach
anthem.
it to me though. That
So
sounds
I
just
tell
like it.
you, one of the best stories of my past life. I was actually married before, and I had Marsha Ambrosia sing it while I played it when I proposed to my ex.
Oh, you know her personally?
Yeah, one of her road assistants I went to high school with. So when she was living here in Philly,
Oh
um,
wow.
I knew her a little bit. I mean, I can't say I was in the circle, but I knew her enough that she was willing to do that for me. So
Man, yo, you the man, yo. I need to hire you as my lawyer. He's a lawyer, y'all. So don't
Please
try to do
do.
anything. I'm gonna get Gary to he gonna sue y'all. Y'all do anything to me. That's why his name says Esquire on his name, GB
Yeah.
Esquire. He's a lawyer. Don't mess with me.
Thank you.
I'm gonna stick my lawyer on you. I haven't paid them a dime yet, but I'm gonna stick
Listen,
them
man,
on you.
you give me the greatest payment, which is you helping me learn these songs because music is my first love. The law is my passion, so I can do both of them, and I'm a happy man.
All right, man. I
You know,
appreciate that. Y'all just
so
remember before y'all mess with me. Yeah, I got a lawyer in my corner,
you
man.
definitely got backup, man. You're not but a couple hours away. I get in the car, gas it up, and I'm there.
Hey, that's what's up, man. You in Philly? That's why I'm in Baltimore. Yeah, ain't nothing but a few
Yeah,
hours. Yep.
yeah. Listen, you owe us. You still owe us. All Alone off of the first Drew Hill album. That's the last one you didn't even
You
get.
know what? That is funny you said that because about 2 days ago, I looked at their first album and I said, All Alone is the only one I
Yeah,
haven't. I said I did Tell Me, I did Never Make a Promise, I did In My Bed, I did Love's Train, I did Five Steps, and I said All Alone is the only and So Special. I
and
even did
share
So
my
Special.
world. You did
Yeah,
share my
I did
world
all,
too.
dude. Like 2 days ago, I said I'm gonna have to do that, joint. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna have to knock that one out, man.
Thank you,
I
thank you.
literally, I mean, like 2 days ago, maybe it had to have been like 2 days ago. I was like, yo, I need to do that joint, man. It's the only one I haven't done. Do you know how to play it already?
No, I'm not playing. I figure I just wait for you.
That's what's up, man. Yo, I mean, that's the first time me hearing you play. Like, you got some skills, man. Show the room how another song that you can do, man. This is my first time ever hearing you. You've heard me play.
You know what? All right, I got you. Hang on. Let me put it up there.
Okay.
Let's see which one. Uh,
Yeah. Close your eyes, make a wish, and blow out the candlelight for tonight. Just yeah. All through
I
the
forgot it,
night.
man. I'm too
That's
much under
okay.
pressure. I forgot it, but
I can't remember how to play that by memory. Not by
I
memory.
know
I would
I
have
don't
to
have
have
it
the
in
chord
front of
sheet.
me.
I
Well, let me
know it
see.
would.
I
I
guess.
know it's D major, right? Like,
Yeah,
and then it goes down to B minor, and then it's like
yeah,
no.
yeah. See, I gotta have it in front of me, right?
Yeah, same here, man. Same here. I would have to
Yeah.
pull it up to get that joint. Yeah.
Oh
Hey,
well,
man.
you know one actually I do love, which I think most people don't play is another Jammin' Lewis.
Okay.
Boys the Men.
I know this song. Hold up. I know the song. It's not coming to me. Yo, Christopher Ward, you can type. He can still see what you're typing.
So that's the Boys the Men one, right? And then you got
hold on before you go to the next one. What song is that? I know it, but I can't.
Boys the Men off of the New Edition Heartbreak album.
Oh yeah, I did a tutorial on it. That's why it sounds familiar.
That's the one I commissioned you.
Right. Yeah, that was you. That's right.
And then when I would say, and then I commissioned you to do the what was the Babyface one? What?
Oh yeah. The one that I can't do without laughing, right? Soon as I get home, you work. Girl, I treat you right, near you all the time. For all that is worth, I give good love. Good love, yeah. I'll buy your funky shoes. No,
you got to see him in concert when he actually does that song, man. It's pretty interesting.
Oh, I'm sure the ladies still love it. Here you go, baby. Here's my ring.
He actually gets a little ratchet with it too.
I believe it because Babyface
is hardcore with that one.
Yeah, I believe it. It's like we used to think he was like this innocent dude, but as of lately, it's like if you listen to some of the lyrics that he's written on some of those old songs, it's like, oh no, this dude, he
goes in hard.
Yeah.
And then he always finishes with "End of the Road," and he runs through the crowd, takes his shirt off, and all that, which I'm not a fan of. But
right.
You know, but he does it good with that one.
He used to claim he was shy back in the day, man. Like in the 80s and stuff. He used to be like, "Oh, I'm shy," you know. I just sing and like whatever, dude.
I don't believe that. First time I see him, I was like, "Oh, that's all an act." He's actually pretty savage.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yes, indeed. It looks like Christopher Ward is saying, "What's your YouTube channel?" Well, all you gotta do is just click on his name in the chat.
I don't have one. I don't put none of stuff.
Right? Yeah. He don't have any videos on there.
Point. Actually, what I'm going to be doing though is starting a podcast very soon. It's actually going to be an advice column, kind of like we old school. So remember Dear Abby?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So it's going to be something like that, so where I'm going to really have it open forum. So if people want to ask me legal questions, if people want to ask me stuff just about current events, whatever it is, and then I will post some of the YouTube things that you told me. I'm going to call you. I'm going to have to put you on at some point.
Right. No doubt. Absolutely.
Listen, let me just show you something real quick. I have a whole book full of material
of my chord sheets, man.
Of all the songs. So when you say 700, I probably got about 40% of your songs where I actually go through them and write them out and look them. I was actually looking at a video of you doing the Usher song while I'm watching you live.
You talking about You Got It Bad?
Yeah,
so that was pretty easy.
That out while I'm typing, looking at you doing the stream. So
yeah, that's a pretty simple one. I could show you that if you but you know chords looks like, so you should be straight.
Yeah, but I'm like you, with so many you gotta write it out.
Yeah,
you can't memorize it.
Yeah, it's B flat minor 7. You got it bad when you're on a phone to G flat major 9. Hang up and then you call right back and then go back to B flat minor. You got it bad when you miss a thing without your friend, your life. And then this is when you start doing the walk. No, you got it bad when you're stuck in the house. You don't want to have fun. It's all you think about. You got it bad when you're da-da-da-da. And you keep on thinking about somebody. You got it. And that's the whole song. So once you get that, that's the whole song.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
I know you sing, but how do you keep your timing so well? Is it just innate, or did you have to practice for years with a metronome? Because I notice a lot of times with me, my timing is off.
I think it's probably more innate, I guess, because I don't think I practice. It's funny when I teach people how to play the piano, I'm the first one to pull out a metronome, but I've
Okay.
never had to do it for myself, really. I guess it's just I don't know. I guess it was just kind of innate. So it's like
Yeah,
same thing with the sustain pedal for me. Like when I did the it's like I know a lot of people be like, I don't know how to do like when to do the sustain and everything. And I'm like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just something I just always naturally knew. It's like I just know when to push it and when to let it go. You know what I'm saying? It's just something that I just do
yeah,
without even thinking. And I guess the same thing with the beat. Um
yeah. What I've noticed with me, a lot of times I'm a smidgen too fast, and I hold the sustain pedal too long. So, that's one of the things I have to work on to get better at, because that's the second. And then left hand improvisation.
mhm.
You do a real good job running through those bass notes in a lot of those
Well,
songs, and
sometimes
I don't know.
it
Yeah,
has to be simple enough, but yeah.
so.
You saw the videos of my band, right? With me playing with my old
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely. You killing
I
it,
like
man.
that. I mean, I wasn't playing this on the video because we had a real bass player, but yeah, I love playing
Right.
this to myself though. Anything you want, anything you need. That was that song. I
Yeah.
can satisfy if you just believe. It's simple, man. It's real simple. Anything you need, I can satisfy. Just give me a try. That's most of the song right there. But yeah, that's one that I like rocking that left hand with. Let me see something. But yeah, like I said, I never taught that one. Uh,
So did you ever say what happened with the band?
nah, it's just man, that was so long ago, man. I had left the band. To be honest with you, before they actually broke up, what happened is that
Mm-hmm.
my sister got married, right? And she got
Okay.
married to the brother of this guy named Daryl Pearson. I don't know if you ever heard of him before. He produced on Drew Hill. He did So Special for Drew Hill. He was good Jodeci's guitarist back in the day, and he done some
Right.
production with Devontae. As a matter of fact, Part-Time Lover by H Town is Devontae and Daryl Pearson. It's like
Wow.
so,
Okay.
so this dude got a Grammy and everything. Well,
Wow.
what happened is that she married his brother, and
Uh,
they was looking for another keyboard player, right? To do
right.
second. It wasn't even lead keys because the dude that plays lead is like he can play a thousand times better than me. But they needed somebody to do strings and stuff like that. And he had came out of
Okay.
the game for a minute, and he was trying to do gospel stuff. So he was just like, "Yo, man, you can just roll with us." And I was like,
Right.
I'm sitting here like, this dude got a Grammy. He now family, you know what I'm saying? And
Right. Right.
that's honest. That's the honest truth. And I said, well, I gotta go. I mean, that band never really took off, and he's back in the industry now. He's producing Beyonce and stuff like that now, and
Okay.
all that stuff. But yeah,
You
but
got to
that's
get
what
back with
happens.
him then.
What'd you say?
You got to get back with him. Call him up.
Nah, man. He's real. He's like I think he's in California half the time now. Every time I see stuff on Facebook, he's in California. Like he was at the Grammys this year. I don't know if he won one, but I know he's like, he's working on projects everywhere. Every time you turn around, he's in a different state work, and he doesn't say who he's working with, but he's always somewhere different.
Right. Right. Okay.
So yeah,
Okay.
I mean, but it's all good. My sister, we all still family though, because they did have two kids together, so we're uncles to the same two nephews,
Correct. Okay.
and
Okay.
stuff like that. So it's all good though. But
Now, CJ and the other young lady, are they actually your nephew and niece?
no, they're not. No,
Okay.
they're not.
I was
Now
about to
I
say.
only known them since March of last year, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, what happened is that they did a video. It was around March. It was March last year, and I don't know if you ever seen it. It's on their channel. I guess it's still on their channel, where they did like a thank you video to me, and I didn't know him. I didn't know
I
him from
did
Adam.
see it. Yeah, I saw
Yeah,
that.
right. And
They
they
sure
play
did.
like a snippet of like 3 songs that they learned
Right.
from me or whatever. And I was just like, I'm sitting there like, like the first time I saw it, my mouth was dropped. Like, wait a minute, this little teeny boy is on the piano
Yeah.
playing a song for you.
Yeah.
This
Johnny
little
Apple.
teeny
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting there looking like, you got to be kidding me. Then they went into If This World Were Mine. And I forgot what the other one was. And I was just like, yo, I need to talk to y'all. Like, go, like, you know what I'm saying? And then eventually I got in touch with their mother and everything and talked with her and everything. And, she was cool with me just kind of being a mentor to them or whatever. And that's when I was just like, well, they was like, you're like our uncle or something. I said, well, then just call me Uncle Jazz. And that's how that happened, just like that. I was like, okay. They down in they live in Florida. They live down in Florida.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've never met them in real life or anything, but it's just but that's all it is. Yeah, I'm not their real uncle.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
Okay.
Oh, there go EJ Soul. Yo, EJ Soul, you got she just released her own single, by the way. Yo, EJ.
Oh, really? Where we got to support?
Yeah, she can come up on here now. You can come up on the live. Yo, EJ Soul, do you have Hangouts on your phone already? Because you can come in on this right now, and we can, you can promote your single. She just released it. It's on Spotify too. She did it herself too.
She's family. She's
the
original family.
She's the one. For those that don't know, she's the one that sung "Can You Stand the Rain" with me when I did the cover of "Can You Stand the Rain." She's the female vocalist that was singing with me. She just released her first single like 2 or 3 days ago on Spotify. Yo, EJ Soul, do you have Hangouts? I know you pretty much have an account. If you have a Google account, then you have a Hangouts account. So I'm just waiting for your response. Anybody else still in the room? I don't even know who's still in here. It's been kind of quiet, once we started talking. I hope we didn't
we ain't bored.
It's like I hope they didn't like just roll out, but you know what I'm saying? I can't tell. It's like this. Sometimes you can tell who's in the room, and then sometimes you can't. All messages are visible. Sometimes you can.
So when I was originally typing in the email string, it just wouldn't come up at all.
What are you talking about?
Well, so when you were saying type in your email, I typed it in the whole thing, Gary Bailey Jr. at Gmail, and I guess it wasn't showing up. Maybe I guess it blocks it because it doesn't want to sharing information like that or something.
I guess.
Yeah,
Oh, Wendell just responded and said it's enjoyable. So I guess he's still here. Yeah, it just all I saw was Gary Bailey Jr. and that was it. That's all I saw.
Yeah.
Let me hold on. Can we schedule? Let me see something because she sent me a text message too just now. Let me see something.
And listen, if she wants to get on, man, let me get out the way.
Well, no, I think I can have more than one people though. So you might as well. I think I'm new to this using this.
That would make sense, right? If it's called Hangouts,
right? I believe I can. Christopher, you said you don't have Hangouts. Hangouts is free though, so you can put it on your phone for free. All you gotta do is just go. I guess if you have an Apple, you said you have FaceTime, so now you know what I can't say if it's free on Apple devices or not.
No, it's free. I have an iPhone. It's free.
Oh, okay. So he's using his iPhone.
Yeah, it's just a regular app you download, and like you say, you just need a Gmail account,
right?
For it to open up on.
Right, just use your same whatever account that you use for your YouTube channel. You can use that. Let me call her up real quick. Let's see. Well, hold up. Let me send her a text real quick. Yeah, because we can have multiple people in here. I don't see why not. It makes it more interesting if you ask me. Hold up, let me put it on my face so people can see that I'm actually sending a text. I forgot the thing was just showing my keyboard. There we go. All right, there we go. All right. Hear me in the chat. All right, let me see. We're going to try to y'all stay tuned if y'all can. We're going to try to get EJ Soul up on here again. This is the young lady that was singing with me. We did the duet, Can You Stand the Rain? She just released her own I guess you can say her first single. It's on, she has it on, it's not on, well, actually it is on her channel.
Yeah, she has it on
her channel, but then she also released it on Spotify, and it's on another channel where it's monetized. So I guess if you look at it on that one and you look at the commercial, that's helping support that too. It's not her channel. I guess it's through like a production company channel or something too. So like, I mean, if I can get her on here, she can explain all that. I'm just trying to see if I can, because I had texted her about an hour ago and she had just responded to me, and then I saw her in the room. So I'm just waiting to hear back from her. So that's all. I'm just waiting to hear back from her. Thank you, George Ward. Oh, we got 2 Wards in here. We got Christopher Ward and then George Ward. Thank you, George. Appreciate that, man. Thank you. It's enjoyable. Anybody else still up in here? It's like the thing used to tell me how many people was in the room. Now I don't see it.
Well, on mine it says 12 in the
Okay,
chat.
cool. Why did mine disappear? Okay, so we still got, and that's about all I really had was about 12, 11, 12, 13 at the most, I think. So it's all good. I'm still a little channel, y'all. I know y'all think because my subscriber count says 12,000, but I'm gonna tell y'all, for those that don't know about YouTube, man, that subscriber number don't mean anything, man. It's like y'all just take a look at the views on my videos. Y'all, I'll upload a video. Sometimes I might only have 100, 200 views on it. So don't if you get a channel, you get a whole bunch of subscribers, don't get all super hype about it. It doesn't mean everybody's supporting you and looking at your stuff. Because I have over 12,000 subscribers, and you look at my recent videos, and you'll see 100 views, 200 views. So you know what I'm saying. So this is still a small channel, so I ain't nobody got a big head. So, well, I do have a big head, but that's physically. But I don't have a big head in the sense.
You know what, Jazz? Here's an idea, Rich, just coming to me right now. Your bigger hits actually generally get 1,000 more views, sometimes more. Like, so yes, big pop sensation.
Yeah.
Do just some intros to a few pop hits. Don't do the whole tutorial. Just do some intros and ask somebody if they want you to finish it, to pay. But at least that'll get more people to the channel.
Possibly. I might have to try that.
Because if it's a big enough hit, people are going to look at it.
Right.
And you still cranking out a lot of hits. So
yeah.
We'll still be cool with it, but we'll understand what you're doing for some of the big ones that you can't sit down and do a whole 40-minute tutorial. But for you, it might take you 10, 15 minutes just to do the tutorial. I mean, to do the intro. It's right. A big enough hit that people will flock to it, much like your other ones, they still get 1,000 or 2,000 views.
Right. Yeah, I do get something like that. Is let me see, the Jazz. I do about 20 songs you taught us when I'm out doing gigs. We put on a nice smooth jazz show. Oh wow. Oh, so you actually play, Wendell. That's what's up, man. Well, I'm glad that I was able to help you with like 20 of the songs, man.
Hold on, do I gotta call Wendell, ask him about your royalties? Do I gotta?
Yeah, for real, man. I wish I wrote the songs, because if I wrote the songs, I sure enough would be like, I need my 25% or whatever the percentage would be.
That's hilarious.
I don't know what happened. She said, "Hey, Jazz, I haven't heard back from her. Maybe she could be working. I know she works evenings, so maybe she's working. I don't know. Let me see. I haven't heard back from her, but I'll keep looking for right now. But oh yeah. So anybody got any more questions
for you?
Okay, good. What's
up? So a lot of the R&B songs, how you explain, which as you play enough, you get to see the patterns, like you said, through the number system. But here's a question no one's been able to answer. Maybe it's just no real answer to it. Is when certain artists, like in terms of their themes, when they go to the bridge or a break, is there any theory to help us understand why, if it's a key change or where the difference in the actual chord structure is? You understand the question?
I think I understand what you're saying. I don't know if I know the answer though. You're saying, because it's like I've played so many different songs and I've seen people go to so many different bridges. Matter of fact,
right.
The song I just did, the gospel tutorial that I just did, I'll Fly Away by Hezekiah Walker.
Yeah.
That song is in E flat, right? So we got, hold up, I don't want to drop my phone. Hold on. It's like da 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 da. How do you play that? Da? I'm trying to remember how to play it without pulling up the chord sheet. I gotta play it tomorrow in church tomorrow, so I better learn it. And then it goes, I got a home in the so you got all these chords that's in E flat, right? And then when you get to the end of the song, you got I will be free. I know I will be free, free one day. And then all of a sudden it goes right here and goes die away. And it's a B major 9 chord. You know what I'm saying? It's like B major 9 does not really it doesn't belong in the E flat.
It has nothing to do with it, right?
But that's the bridge of the song. So it's funny. That's why I said I don't know if I really figured out the real answer, but that's totally out of the structure. It's like all the other chords fit. You know, there's some jazzy stuff up in there. Then all of a sudden you on an E flat chord and you just play this one chord and go, I'll fly away. I'll fly away. I'll fly. And it goes back to E flat. So you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, that's not even in, you know, it should be B flat if it's in this, you know. So I haven't figured. I guess I haven't really taken the time to really sit down and figure out.
I guess it's no rhyme or reason other than if you're writing a song, you writing lyrics around it or a feeling. So I guess it's the same thing, which is no real theory other than you make it work once you got the lyrics.
Yeah, exactly. You have a melody or something, and sometimes I just when I used to write a lot. And like 20 years ago, it's been a long time. But I just like to I'll figure out some chords. I usually don't hear a melody first. I usually just figure out some chords. I'll play around, find some chord progressions that I like or whatever. And then if I try to find a bridge, it's like I guess in my head I'm just trying to listen, like what do I want it to sound like? And then I'll just find it.
Right. Okay.
It's like, and I'll just find it on the piano. It's like, but it's like maybe I might hear that. Like, okay, I got my verse, I got the chorus and everything. Now I want a bridge. I want something like and then I might actually start humming and trying to find something. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not an expert, man.
So I got another question, and I have my answer for this question. But who do you find it in terms of contemporary? So pretty much 80s, 90s, and now the hardest artists to do tutorials for their songs, or one of the artists. I mean, obviously it depends, but I know my answer to the question.
Okay, you talking about from that 90s and everything? You said 80s, 90s?
80s, 90s, pretty much. I mean, 2000 a bit different, but 80s, 90s, around that time.
Hardest to do songs for, tutorials
like to do a tutorial and really understand and the chords and the,
Oh, you know what? And I have my group, and the reason why I would say they're the hardest one is because I already kind of explained it earlier in the live stream. I'm gonna say Jodeci, and the reason why I say Jodeci is because Devontae hides the chords.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it difficult. I remember when I did Come and Talk to Me, and nobody had it online. I had the one you already know, the person that liked the copycat off my tutorials. He did it after I did it. I know he pretty much stole my chord, but but for the most part. But I remember taking forever listening. I would actually put the thing on loop, like I would put it in my DAW so that I could just let the thing loop. And I'm just sitting here like, I can't. It's like if I could hear it, I could play it.
Right.
So I would say Devontae stuff, man, because I won't even say Jodeci, because Devontae did some other stuff too. He did stuff for other artists too.
Right.
And Devontae likes to hide. He'll have the chords in there. It might be some pads playing, and the pads be turned down real low, and you got the boom and boom, 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 and all that, and you got strings, and like, so that's. I would say that for that reason, because I just can't hear it. And who would you say? Who? Hold on. Try that again. I think there's a disconnect. like lagging or something. If you can still hear me, it's like your face got like it's like frozen. Hold on, I'll wait to see if it undoes itself. Okay, Gary said hold on. Okay, all right, Gary, I see where you said hold on. While we waiting for Gary, anybody else had a question? 2 minutes. Okay, Gary said give him 2 minutes. All right, cool. Jazz, you do about 20 songs. Oh, okay. Played in church 35 years doing smooth jazz now. Oh, that's what's up, Wendell. Okay, so you like a seasoned player. You might need to come up on this live stream and show us a little bit of your skills too, man. Do you have a tutorial for this song? Which song are you talking about, Christopher? A tutorial for what song? I forgot what I was playing now. I didn't see it when whatever I was playing. I didn't see it as I was playing it, so I don't know. Hey, Will Price, what's going on? Yo, Chili Mac, are you still there, Chili? All right, man, you've been kind of quiet for a minute, dude, man. You been there the whole time, Chili Mac? We should bring you up in here in the live, man. I would, but I'm at work. Okay, Wendell's at work. He said he would, but he's at work. Hey, y'all, hold on for a second. I'll be right back in about 30 seconds to like 45 seconds. Don't go nowhere. I'll be right back. Right back. Told you I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. All right. I'll fly away by Hesed. Yeah, I just did the tutorial today. Christopher Ward. Call back. Okay, do you need me to send you a can you use the same link, Gary? Or do I need to send you an invite again? No, I haven't done that one yet, Will Price. It's on the list though. All right, Gary, let me send you the invitation again. I'm actually looking forward to do that that song by Layla Hathaway, Forever for Always. Is that you?
Back, right?
Okay, cool. Okay, good. I thought I had to send it.
So
yep, you back.
So before I knew how to play, I was intimidated by, obviously the great Stevie Wonder, Prince, Quincy Jones stuff. Bar none, the hardest person for me to learn is El DeBarge. His stuff is insane to me.
He does. He is. And everywhere.
Brian McKnight is number 2, but at least Brian McKnight still has a lot of reasonable theory. But El DeBarge stuff,
yeah,
man. And you've done some of them tours. I still can't. It just, you have to dedicate time and energy to learn those runs on his songs.
Yeah, no doubt.
So I can imagine how long it took you to get, because you did Stay With Me.
That one was, there wasn't sheet music for Stay With Me, so that one took time.
I don't think you really can find any sheet music for their stuff, because who's
no, I have something. Hold on, one of the ones,
and he couldn't read sheet music, so who's doing the sheet music?
Yeah, somebody else. I mean, some type of production company, I'm sure did it. Hold up, I have one of the songs I did for them. I'm trying to find. It's in my Motown book.
You did about 4 or 5. Stay with me. What's the one with the like the calypso kind of beat to it?
Is that the one that Teddy Riley sampled for his song? Didn't I do that one where I like the way you comb your hair? Isn't that
I like it. That's the one. Yeah, that one is a little easier because that was one of their first ones, and you could tell, you know, that had a real Motown swing. No, the one. Hold on, let me see.
Okay,
this one.
One. Da 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 da. Jesus. Ah, yeah. There was no sheet music for that.
What song is that?
Stay
with me. Stay with me.
Da, 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 dee, dee, boom, boom, da, da. I'm trying to get the title now. I don't think it's "Stay with Me."
No, it's not.
"Stay with Me" is the Tupac sample. Yeah. Can't deny it. If y'all in the room know the title, please type it. Da, 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 to solve them. Boom, boom, and done.
All This Love.
Thank you. Yep, that's it. All This Love. Yeah, I didn't have sheet music for that one.
Yeah.
One of them I had. I'm trying to find where my Motown book. I thought it was right down here. I did one of them, and it's right. It was in my Motown book, but I don't know where I put my Motown. As you can see, I don't have like a lot of stuff arranged. It's like everything is everywhere. But I thought my Motown book was right here though. I see my gospel book, but I don't see my Motown. Oh, wait a minute. This might be Motown. Hold on. I hope I don't knock everything down. Hold on. Yeah, this is Motown. That's okay. I knew that was going to fall. Don't worry, y'all. I knew that was going to fall. Look, I knew that was going to fall. But anyway, all right. Yeah, I have a Motown book, yo.
Wow. How many songs is in that book?
All those songs.
Wow.
I don't. all those are song titles.
Okay.
All those are song titles. It's a lot, man. But which one was it?
Oh yeah, that was it wasn't the Bart song in there?
Yeah, one of them that I did a tutorial on, I got it from in here, so it didn't take me long. I'm looking to see which one it was. Because every time will reveal.
Yeah, I think that was the last one you did.
Yep, that's in here. So that one was easy because it was in here. Yep. Da 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 dee dee da 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 dee dee da 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 dee dee dee. I'm trying to see if I can find it. Ooh, 3 times the lady. I should do that. That's Lionel Richie, right? Yep.
Yeah.
Once.
Now, the funny thing about that song, that you just that one time revealed, he actually didn't like it. He said Chico was the one that convinced him to actually do it because he wrote it with Chico.
Oh, interesting. Yeah,
so Chico liked the song.
Yeah.
Okay.
Time will reveal.
Okay.
It's like the only DeBarge sheet music I ever had was Time Will Reveal. I don't know if he was able to see it.
Simple ones they could figure out because it's in the key of C, right?
Oh, I don't know. Let me look again. Hold up.
C, so that's probably why somebody just took the time to go ahead and pluck it out. But I don't. Other than that one is tough.
Let me play a little bit of it. Let me see if I can.
And then that run in between it's tough, man.
Let me see something. So we have F minor 6 over C. Okay. I don't know how you didn't like this song. More precious than diamond rings or any. I gotta turn the page. Hold on. Anything that I can do, it wouldn't mean a thing. And then you go right back to the beginning again and go, okay, right.
Yeah, he didn't like it. And
that's a nice.
He was writing with Chico, and Chico said, "Look, just trust me, man. You should put that on the album, put it out." And then he said, when he put it out, everybody loved it.
Man, that's a beautiful song. And Teddy Riley redid that song, and he changed it to "Jesus Is Real." On the Blackstreet album. It's the same music, but he just changed the words and was like, Jesus is real. That's what he did, something like that. Yes, he is real to me. Then he went more precious than. I mean, so even Teddy Riley took that song and redid it on the Blackstreet album. Yep.
That was their third album.
Okay.
Yeah, that was their third, and Mark Middleton, the one with the real high.
Yeah.
And Teddy was talking. Or was it Teddy or was it Kirk? Was it Kirk Franklin talking on it?
No, I don't think I would remember if it was Kirk Franklin.
All right,
I think it was Teddy.
Okay.
Yeah. I would say
somebody else sampled it too, though.
Who? Oh, yeah, probably. Yeah. But yeah, see, Teddy didn't sample it. He actually did the music. He just redid the music and changed some of the words. That was cool. But yeah, Mark Middleton. Yeah, he's the one that has that crazy range. He could go toe to toe with like Wanye, I think. Probably.
Yeah, I think so.
He probably could.
I think so.
He's definitely underrated, man. Put him next to Wanye, we might have a nice little battle there. You know what I'm saying?
It was funny when we were younger. We used to always argue who was better, Jodeci or Boyz II Men, and I used to say Jodeci at the time of their first two albums because their first two albums, were just so fire. But then as they started to trail off, Boyz II Men just kept it, and the legacy of theirs is just so much more.
Yeah, for me, Boyz II Men has always been number one. For me, it's like the truth is, with Boyz II Men, I kind of became a fan of them before they even did Motown Philly, before any of that stuff came out.
Oh, so then they were just doing little snippets on
Another Bad Creation. Stuff. Remember?
Yeah.
That's it. I remember having Another Bad Creation cassette and looking. I always would read the liner notes.
Yeah.
And I remember almost every song would say additional background vocals. Boyz II Men.
Oh, get out of here! So they were doing the backgrounds for all the ACC.
Yes, yeah. When they go at the playground,
get out of here.
That's check out the liner notes, man. You probably can. Somebody probably got it. You could probably find that. Somebody probably scanned it or something like that. Yo, check it out. And I remember saying, "Who is this Boyz II Men?" I was like, I kind of like it, because on Aisha, Aisha. Ooh, they doing all that while Red is doing. I mean, that's Chris going, "You are the girl that I never had, and I want to get." That's Boyz II Men doing. Ooh, Aisha. Okay. Ooh, and I was like, "Yo," it's like I remember like, who is this though? But I didn't know who they were. That's why I said
you knew you was ready when it came out.
I didn't know what they looked like. All I knew was that Another Bad Creation. I kept saying Boyz II Men. And so when Motown Philly came out, so I'm like, okay, yeah, this is hot. But I was when they did doom 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 da da, when they did that, and that was the first time I ever heard that, I was like, Michael Bivins, what have you done? Yo, who are my God. I was like, that was just so, and I was a little, let me see, that was 91, so I was only like 13, 14 years old. I was just a little kid. I was like going crazy, like I'd be like, dude, I would rewind that. It just sounds so good. I'm like, I never heard nothing like. It's like I can honestly say at that point, I never heard nothing like that before.
Well, I'm from Philly, so when they hit, it was bananas.
Of course.
It was gone. How long did it take you to get the intro to Your Love?
Not as long as I thought it would be. What I did was one of the reasons I guess I'll tell you since you're right here. One of the reasons why it took me so long to even get to it was because of that intro. That was one of the main reasons why I was like, I was like, I'll look at.
I got you.
I was like, I said the intro, and you specifically said, "Yo, I want that iconic intro," and I'm like,
the song, man.
And when I saw that, when you said you really wanted that iconic intro, I was like, I just came out the hospital. I'm like, and I was just like, man, I don't feel like sitting down, but what I did when I finally sat down to do the song, I said, I bet you to myself, um, I see some people have asked a couple of questions. I'm going to answer it as soon as I say this to Gary. I'll come and answer some questions, and I'll go back to Gary. But I was like, so what I did was I said, let me learn how to play the song first. Let me learn the regular song, and I said, and I bet you that intro is just a fancy version of a section in the song.
Okay.
And it winded up being the case. I can't remember what it is, but when I figured out the intro, yeah, I had to figure out the melodic part, but eventually it winded up being the same chords from another section of the song that I had already figured out.
From the bridge.
Yeah, from the bridge. That's what it was.
Sharing love beyond.
Exactly. And once, so I just had a feeling. I said, let me just learn the song first. So I actually, so the intro was the last thing I did. I figured out the song because the song is not hard to figure out. It's not hard. So and once I figured it out, then I went back to that intro. And I'm like, I remember, I know it's G minor. It starts with like G minor, something like that. And then whatever the melodic part was, and then all of a sudden, I was listening to it, and I said, that sounds like the same chords I just typed right here,
right?
Just 2 octaves higher. So the intro didn't take as long as it would have if I just tried to just play it by ear, straight up listening by the intro. So I got lucky on that one. I got lucky. I said, let me go to the song because I've been doing tutorials long enough to know that sometimes it's a part of the song. Right. Someone just took a section of the song and just made it sound super pretty.
Right.
All right. Let me see what somebody said. NZ Reggae said, can't get this posted. Okay, I don't know. And then I don't know what you're talking about. Hey, Curry, do you play for church? Okay, you're talking to somebody in the room, I'm assuming. Oh, I think that's for you. I think he spelled your name wrong.
Oh,
Christopher. I'm assuming Christopher Ward. I'm assuming he's talking to you. He might have spelled your name wrong. I don't know.
That's probably true. I actually did a few years ago, but we had too many keyboard players, and I just bowed out because I was like four on the depth chart, and it's like, well, you can't see what I'm doing. So if somebody drop off, then I'll get back in. But it was good. It was a good thing because the one thing about always playing by yourself, you don't really know what that means until you actually have to either play with a vocalist or other instrumentalist, and you have to get your timing down. So that was actually one of the best experiences I ever had.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
that's what's
other
up.
than when the music minister just go into a new song and we don't know what key he's in or what he's doing, and you got to catch up. But that keeps you on your toes too, because then you got to really be paying attention. You got to be tight.
Yep. Yes, indeed. And it's fun. And right now, where I'm at, I don't even have a band. Where I play right now, I don't even have, like, I have to do I Fly Away by myself tomorrow. When
and but somebody's they singing though, right?
Oh yeah. I'm saying I don't have. I'm no band is what I mean.
Right. Oh, so you got to play all the bass notes and some fillers.
Yeah. I mean the best that I can, because all I have is a grand piano, because they have a grand piano there. So I'm not really in shape to really be carrying keyboards back and forth every week or whatever, and they have a grand piano, so that's what I use.
Yeah.
I get on the grand piano and I'm like whatever the chords are. Someday I I'm just gonna play just like that, and they better clap their hands or something and sing as they singing. I'm just that's all they gonna get.
And you know, a real piano turns boys into men, because you hit those wrong notes on a real piano, it's no hiding it.
Right? Yeah.
Sounds like
and here's a hint: I hit wrong notes every Sunday. But anyway, so look, check this out. When I do these tutorials, y'all probably wouldn't believe how many takes it takes me. Like when I do the beginning part of the tutorial. When I literally click record and I start playing, there are songs, I promise you, I have 50 to 60 takes before I stop making a mistake. Because it's like
outtakes, like on a bloopers reel.
I deleted them. No, most of them deleted. Nah, because I be saying stuff. I mean, I don't cuss. I don't cuss. I just don't cuss, but I be saying stuff like, man, dang.
It's a
And then I'll
couple of guys that I subscribe to. They actually did that, and it's funny, man, because it makes you human. And it's everything for more views. Post some of it. Just post a bloopers reel, man. It'll be funny. I'm telling you.
I don't know. Maybe I might. Maybe I'll save some. I literally just deleted a whole bunch of them today just to free up some hard drive space. But I'll be like, man, it's like I'll Fly Away, believe it or not, even though it has a lot of chords in it. I didn't have a lot of mistakes on that. I only took me about, I would say maybe under 10 tries before I finally got a good take and I could just go ahead on and do that. House of Jazz. It's like, so sometimes when y'all see me get to the part when I say it's your boy, sir, House of Jazz, some of y'all, sometimes I have been tried 50 times to get to that part. So there's times when I get there, I try to have a nice, smile on my face, but sometimes I'm irritated when I get there. Just be like, it don't make no sense. It took me that long to do it, and I'm still playing jazz. But in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, it shouldn't have took that long to get there. And then I go, "What's good, everybody?" It's your boy. And then I get it, but I just like, man, sometimes I'm like pissed, but I'm like, but I can't mess up and have to do it. So I have to just keep my little smile. And then when I click stop on the video, I'll be like, it don't make no sense. It took me that long to play that. All right, let me see. I got a couple of people talking. Hold up. How can I get my runs and voicing tight? To be honest with you, practice. There's no secret. There's no secret. You have to practice. I'm assuming you're talking about your runs on your piano. To be honest with you, I'm not the best person when it comes to runs. I don't do solos and runs that well. I really, truly, honestly don't. And I just joined. I don't know if Chili Mac is still in here, but he and I, we just started playing with this band, and we have a rehearsal this month, as a matter of fact, like in about 2 weeks or something. And they all like to do solos and stuff. And I'm like, well, just pass me for right now, because I'm not the solo cat like that. If you notice, I do a lot of chords, and I can do like Stevie Wonder. I can do that because I practiced it so long. But that's a song I learned when I was a kid. That was one of the first songs I learned. So yeah, stuff like that, I'm capable of doing it, and I know the theory behind it. It's no different from when I said I've only been playing by ear for a few years now, and it's true. I've only been playing by ear, and it's because I just was too lazy to sit down and try to learn how to play songs on my own. I'm lazy for 20-something years. Same thing with doing runs and doing solos and stuff. I've just been lazy. I know the theory behind it. I know the theory, but it's about so I'm lazy too, y'all. I'm in the same boat as y'all. I know y'all think I'm great and everything. I'm not, man. We all in this together. I still got tons of stuff I need to work on, tons of stuff I need to learn. I'm just glad that I'm able to just share what I do know with y'all, and it's helping. But yeah, trust me, man. Let me see. NZ Reggae. You just said it, repetition. Yeah. Bless, love, health, and strength. Just learned Free from Denise Williams from your channel. Oh, yeah, I love that song. I just gotta be free. Free, free. Oh, I love that song. It's a simple song to play, too. Then he also said, mostly trying to make reggae instrumentals over here. How do you figure out chord voicings? When I figure out if I'm learning a song, and once I figure out what the chord is, I tend to just play the chord in the most comfortable position that my fingers can go in. I don't have look at these fingers. These are not long. These are short, stubby fingers. They really are. I can't. It's like when I see some people play, and even on YouTube you watch, and they have long fingers and they can hit voicings that will sound way better than mine. And it's like, there's nothing I can do. It's not practice or anything. It's like my fingers are actually not long enough to do that. So what I tend to do is, for voicings, I do know inversions of chords. So I might play the G minor, and I did this earlier. I'll do it again because I know there might be some new people in here, but all I tend to do is like okay, I can play G minor 7 this way. I can play it that way. I can play it that way. All that is G minor 7. That's 3 different voicings of it. But as I play a song, I might play every single voice, and it's just is I don't have a oh, I have to do this voice. And there are few times, very few small times where it's like I really do need to play it in this inversion for it to sound like the song. I just did a tutorial by Kim, Kem. I never heard it before. It's all something about gospel. It's called something, and it's called the gospel. Just look, you can look. It's like it's like 3 or 4 videos ago. And the G flat major 9 chord was played like this, and it's like, and when I tried to play it like this, I was like, it can't do it, can't do it, can't do it. It's one of the few that was one of the few times. If you like I said, if you go on my channel, Kem Kim, I just did it. Something about church, something about church or gospel or something, and it's like this place. It's called This Place, and then in parentheses is something about church or gospel, and it's very rare where I'm like, I have to do this inversion. But for the most part, I don't. I just whatever feels comfortable for me. I'm like, okay, sounds good. It's the chord, and I keep it moving. I tried to hear the chords in Roy Ayers' Liquid Love, and I ended up consulting my software transcribe. I need to know what software you got. I would love to have a software. Does it transcribe accurately? Because if it does, I'm willing to pay for that joint. Let me know and type the name of that software. He also says, same person says that can show the frequencies and make chord guesses. Oh, in a piano keyboard graphic under the frequency spectrum peak graph. Okay, yeah, you need this. I want to take a look at that.
Well, Rich, one of them is Chordify. That's
no, Chordify sucks.
Oh, really?
You know what? I did a live. I don't know if you saw it like 2 days ago. It was an impromptu live. Okay. And someone actually asked about Chordify. Man, Chordify.
Well, it helps get you started. I mean, for
sometimes it doesn't. No? Sometimes the first chord is like wrong. I'm like, yo, okay. It's like when I go to learn a song, first thing I listen for is what the bass is. I'm listening for the foundation. Right. So let's just say the first chord in the song is a B flat major 9. Okay. So we know it's some type of B flat chord. Man, Chordify sometimes will say your first chord is a G minor 7 or something. And I'm like, okay. It'd be different if Chordify said B flat minor 7, right? And I'm thinking it's minor 9. I mean, I'm sorry. It'd be different if it said B flat major 7. And I'm saying it's B flat major 9. I can understand that. Because I'm like, okay, but that's still in the same family. Okay. Major 7, major 9. Okay. But if the first chord is a B flat something and you're telling me play G minor 7, I'm like, Chordify, what is your problem? Like, dude, that's right. No, like I said, I can understand going B flat major 9 or major 7, and so yeah, I don't do it. I just had this on my last live 2 days ago. We talked about this, and I was like, I had to take it down for other reasons. Nothing legal, but I just took it down because someone requested for me to take it down. But nothing, like I said, nothing illegal, nothing. It wasn't from YouTube or anything like that. But
and then there was another one. I think they might have stopped it for a while, but it was called Riff Station. You ever heard of that one?
Yeah, they did stop. I think you can get it offline. Now they used to have a website where you could listen to it, but I think you can still do it offline.
So with it, I think last time, because I'm actually checking right now to see, but when they started to take it off, the thing was you can use it as long as you upload the track to it. So you can't do it live on their website. It got to be from like your iTunes or your personal, music file, something like that.
Okay.
So I'm gonna see if it's working again, and I'll email you another time. But that one was actually pretty accurate.
Oh, okay. If you say
I thought that one was pretty good. Yeah, Quarterfire did have his own tape, but Riff Station was actually pretty good.
okay, I have to try. I just don't trust them. Those softwares, I don't trust them. But
Yeah.
yeah, I've heard of Rift Station. I've before. Let me see. This person typed a couple more things. Okay, he said I even analyzed the chords from Black Eyed Peas, Joints and Jams, which is a sample of "Love Till the End of Time" by Paul Hino de Costa, with a dope intro chord groove. Okay, complicated main. This is a famous keyboardist on here. He plays with MJ. Oh, Greg Filligans. Oh, I know. I love Greg Filligans. Oh my goodness. He played most of the keyboards on the Michael Jackson's Thriller album. And a lot of other albums too. He does Babyface albums too. How the heck can he play like that? Practice.
Yeah.
Lots of I know how Greg Filligans play. Greg can play pretty much anything, I think. I don't think there's nothing he can't play.
Did you ever see his video he did for the software commercial
Key
Keyscape?
Keyska, yep, I sure enough did. Yep.
Yeah.
That's one man. Yeah, that's recently.
Yeah.
That's kind of recent, man. Greg Filligans, that's the man. He used to go by the name Mousetrap when Vibe had a talk show.
Yeah.
Remember when there was
Yep.
the Vibe, and
Yep.
he was the leader of the band. They called the Mousetrap
I
on it.
remember.
That was Greg Filligans on there. He killing it, man.
And he said, remember the one part where he did the song "Contusion" on Stevie Wonder album? He said he played it because Stevie couldn't play it yet.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, that's what he said. Because he was going through all the just a lot of different songs, just in general. Some he did and some he didn't. But when he did the little riff for that song, he said he had to play it because Stevie couldn't actually play it yet. And I don't think it wasn't a knock obviously on Stevie. It was because the movements were so crazy.
Right.
Obviously, if Stevie can't see, he got to probably learn it over the course of some time first before he can actually play it. Where when you see it, that because I don't even know the theory behind it. I mean, I'm assuming it is, but it just was crazy fast movements that had a weird rhythm to it. It was crazy.
And ladies and gentlemen, that's Greg Filligans, right?
Yeah.
He's one of the greatest, man. That's out here doing it. I wish more people knew his name, man. For real. He does a lot. Like I said, a lot of the contemporary. Well, at least in the 80s and 90s, I guess. I don't know if he does stuff today that's out now. The stuff that's out now doesn't take that much skill to play.
Oh man,
it doesn't even take that much skill. I even analyzed the chords. Okay, I read that complicated, man. Oh yes, I read that. Okay, I had to break up my post into little bits. I hear you. Wendell said, "Hey Jazz, you can always hear me on reverberation.com. Mr. Wendell, smooth as ice. I wrote that CD in 2010. It's cool. I'm gonna have to check you out, Wendell. Go ahead, Braun. Hey, you guys should totally check out satanisgod.org. No, definitely will not be checking that out at all. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. Okay. By voicing, okay, he says he meant figuring out the notes of a chord you are listening to. Well, once I figure out the chord, I already know. I guess it's literally just listening. The first thing I do when I'm trying to figure out a chord is I listen for the bass note first, because the bass note is the foundation of the chord. Once I figure out the bass note, oh yeah, good. The camera's still showing my keyboard. Good. So let's say I listen and I can hear. I literally 100% use my ear and say, okay, that's definitely that first chord that has a G in the bass. I'm going to automatically say, well, let's see if G major works. Or I might come up here. I'm sorry. G major, nah. Minor flat 5. Let's do F over G. It's like there's go-to chords that I will go to first. Usually it's one of my go-to chords because I'm so familiar. Okay, usually if the bass note is on G, it's either going to be major, minor, flat 5, diminish, diminish, or F over G. You know what I'm saying? And then if it's none of those, it's just me. It's repetition, listening to it over and over again and picking out notes as I hear it. So I might pick out single, like I'm hearing the chord, and I'm like, I might hear like I might and then I'm like, okay, I hear that in the chord. I hear that in the chord. Okay, so I got the G and the C. Okay, and it's I'll listen. I'll literally sit there and like, if it's a chord that's just not a usual chord that I would play, but it's really repetition and listening and being patient, and sometimes it's falling asleep and then waking back up and trying to get, because I fall asleep a lot down here. Um, 7-string transcribe. Okay, I don't know what you mean by that. Angela Bofield, I try uh is next to learn. Okay. I use transcribe to learn. I guess the name of his program is called Transcribe. Okay. That he uses. Okay. To learn BEP joints and jams. I enjoy seeing people live. Oh, okay. That's thanks, Chris. So you enjoy us live, these live chats. Hey Jasmine, when you going to show faster tunes, up tempo style? Check out the last tutorial I just did. It's a very fast song. It's called I'll Fly Away. It's called I'll Fly Away, and that's a real up tempo joint. And just so that y'all know, most of the tutorials that you see on my channel are tutorials that people are paying me to do. So I pretty much just do. So it's just like, when you going to do up tempo songs, I guess when people start paying me to do up tempo songs. You know what I'm saying? It's like when people start, asking for it and sending the money for it. But I by heart, I mean, to be honest with you, I love slow stuff and mid tempo stuff. I'm not a big fan of super fast stuff, man. I'm really not. But that's just this is what it is. Try to figure out joints and jams. Okay, joints and jams was 97. When I heard that chord progression, I was rewinding my cassette 10 times. Okay, yes, Transcribe is the software name. Okay, Angela Day Ray, can you do a tutorial on Can't Get Enough of You by Tamia? Angelo, yes, I can do the tutorial. Oh, you gotta go, Gary?
Yeah, I was trying. I meant to type it in the other thing. I didn't want to stop the flow.
Oh, it's all good. I mean, man, I appreciate you coming on to the live. You just made this more interesting. Being able to talk.
It's definitely been a pleasure, man. And I guess how do I get the notifications to know when you're going live?
Is a bell icon on my page? Don't you know, like when you subscribe to me?
Yeah. Okay, so I gotta put that back on. Then I gotta figure, because I gotta be able to transcribe it. I mean, make it so that configure so it doesn't get every notification, but when I guess you're doing something new or you're going live, so I gotta mess around and get that one.
Yeah, I think they give you different options that you can check.
Okay, I'm gonna get on that now. Then.
Yeah, I think.
Make sure.
Yeah. It's okay to get my notifications. It doesn't mean you have to look at everything. You can get the notification and be like, swipe. Nah, I ain't gonna look at it. It's all good. Yeah, Angelo. All you have to do is look at any of my recent tutorials, and if you go to the description box, all the information on requesting tutorials are there. I can just tell you quickly. It's usually a donation of at least $20 per song for a donation, and you can send that via the my PayPal, and the links for that is in the description box of my video. So you can just check out any of my recent videos, and you'll see the link there with the information. Again, Gary, I see you already had to drop out. Appreciate it, man. You made this. I think people enjoy listening to us talk back and forth. NZ Reggae. I bought the Stevie Wonder anthology book with 70+ songs and sheet, but the notation is playing chord melodies instead of what Stevie played. Yeah, that's something that you get a lot with sheet music. It's like when you if you're actually reading the treble and bass clef, when you like, so let's say you buy sheet music or whatever, and you're actually looking at the treble, the grand staff, the treble and bass clef. Most of the time, there's some parts of the chord of this in there, but they leave some parts of the chord out so that you can play the melody. So they have you playing the chord in the melody. So you're really not actually playing exactly what's really being played on the record. You're doing an arrangement that includes the melody. That's one of the main reasons with R&B music and stuff like that. When I do the stuff that I do, the tutorials that I do, I don't really worry about looking at the grand staff, the treble and bass clef, because that's usually the case almost 100% of the time. I just look at the chords. Look at the chords, and then I type out the chords on my chord sheet because that's all I need. So once I have all the chords typed out, I listen to the song, and you can kind of by ear kind of figure out stuff that they're doing that you're like, okay, I gotta add that, I gotta add that. You can kind of pick that out by ear because you already got the foundation, you got the chords. It's telling you, okay, they're going from G minus 7 to C minus 7 to F minus 7. Okay, so they're telling you what the chord is, and you can kind of figure out what you can kind of figure out what you need to play in between. So yeah, for me, it's actually, if you want to play more like the record, the way it's recorded, you're better off just looking at the chords, because you, like I said, if you get professional sheet music, there are times when they don't put it on there, but 9.9 times out of 10, they'll have the chords written over top of each measure, and they'll tell you what the basic chord of that measure is, or if it might be 3 chords in that measure, it'll tell you what it is. So you know what I'm saying? Angelo said, thank you for responding. I appreciate it. And I'll definitely get you to 20. I appreciate that, Angelo. Thank you so much. They invert the chords so that the melody is on top. Absolutely. That's you got it right. NZ, definitely. They will invert, they'll put a different inversion of the chord. That's why I'm like, yo, just for the type of music that we do here, it's different if you're doing classical music. Classical music is written to be played like one certain way. And you really do need to look at the treble and bass clef and all that. But for the stuff that we're doing, man, we're doing R&B. And jazz never sticks with just what's written. Jazz is all about improv. You know what I'm saying? And doing your own thing and everything. So you don't need all that. You know what I'm saying? All you need to know is what the chords are. Well, what is the basic chords? And you go from there. So yeah, I think it makes it much busier than what he played. Yeah, it sure does. I try to fit chords into the number system to remember it, and it makes sense. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely number system for me. I work best with just having the chord sheet. That doesn't but knowing the number system of the song, let's say you know what the number structure, you know what the structure is. Then if you had to play it in another key, that's the easiest way to play it in another key, knowing that number structure of that song. Then it's like it's just that easy. Case in point. Let me show you a real simple song here. Gospel song, as a matter of fact. All right, so you got, let me do, oh Lord, we praise you. Oh Lord, we praise you. Another Hezekiah song, right? Oh Lord, we praise you. Oh, we praise you. I was thinking the other day about the joy that came my way. How he took away. If you notice, I'm playing the same chords over and over again. That song, if you listen to the a recording of that song, they modulate. That song goes into, it keeps going up a half step higher. Then it goes up again. Then it goes up again. And then it goes up again. And it goes up again. And it goes up a lot of different times. For this particular song, I know this song based off the numbers. I don't have to know what the chords are. I know that the first chord of the song is the 1. All right, so I'm playing the B flat. We're in the key of B flat. So the first chord is B flat major, which is the 1, right? First note in the scale of B flat is what? B flat. So B flat major is the 1. Okay. And then you go to the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. In the B flat scale, E flat is the 4. So that means, and then usually when you go to the 4 in the number system, you play the major and not the minor chord. So there you go. There go your E flat. So 1, 4. And then if E flat is 4, then F is what? 5, right? Because you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So F major is 5. And then you go back to the 1. And we said the 1 is what? B flat, right? So that song is 1, 4, 5, 1. 1, 4, 5, 1. So now when it's time to change the key and your choir director is saying, okay, take the song up, I'm going to go to the key of B major now. So in the key of B major, I still know that I need to play 1, 4, and 5. So B major is 1. And then the 4 would be 1, 2, 3, 4. E, right? 4. And then in the key of B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. F sharp is the 5. And then go back to 1. I'm sitting here like, okay, there we go. Like which inversion I wanted to do. Okay. So that means I can keep playing this song, and all I got to do is just know that I'm in the key of B. Just know I'm in the key of B, and I'm doing 1, 4, 5, 1. 1, 4, 5, 1. So when I change the key again, I know I'm in the key of C. So in the key of C, 1, 4, 5, 1. 1, 4, 5. Change the key again. So now I'm going to go to the key of D flat. 1, 4, 5, 1. 1, 4, 5, 1. Switch the key again. 1, 4, 5. So that's the reason why, if you know the number system, knowing the number of a specific song will make it easy if you have to transpose. But if all you're doing is looking at a chord sheet and not the numbers, and you have to change the key, you're gonna have to try to figure it out another way. So yeah, if you can know the number of the song, that's the best way. That's the best thing to know, if you can get that number down. Free is a little trickier with B flat add 9 over D flat, right? How should I think of this? The bass is playing the second degree of the chord. It sounds like you already figured out how to think of it. It looks like you already. Then B minor 7 over E is the bass playing the 4th degree. It looks like you just kind of answered your question. You think about it exactly what you just said. Okay, yeah, it's like you understand it more than you think you understand it, just based off what you just typed right there. B flat add 9 over D flat. Oh, that doesn't sound right. Can you let's put it over D. B flat add 9 over D sounds better. And then you said then B minor 7 over E. That's a very popular chord. I use that chord so often when I'm doing tutorials and stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Whew, what time is it? Man. Been on here for a while. Are there any more questions? Is there anybody else that wanted to jump in real quick, maybe for a minute or two? But I'm definitely going to be signing off soon because I've been on here for a while. And I do want to get some rest for church tomorrow. Doo-doo. Yeah. I was just trying to say, any other, let me see. Sorry, B add 9 over, B, okay, B add 9. Okay. B add 9 over E. We can make a song with that. We can make a song with just those 2 chords and put a beat to it, and yeah, and we'll make $1 million real quick. Christopher Ward, are you excited about playing for church tomorrow? I don't know if I'm going to say excited, because I've been playing for church like every Sunday. Michael Howard is up in here. Dr. Howard is in here. Just not long. I'm getting ready to sign off soon, but what's good, man? What's good? We've been in here for about since 7, 8 to 9. It's about 2.5, almost 3 hours, probably, man. Yeah, I can hear it in my voice. I'm like getting tired of talking. See, y'all typing, I'm talking. I don't want to lose all my voice. In reggae, it's just I was answering the question about excited about playing in church. Yeah, I'm like, I say, except for when I was in the hospital. It's like I've been playing in church for so many years. It's I won't say excited. I wouldn't use the word excited, but it's just I just wouldn't use the word excited. But it's cool. I mean, it's definitely cool. Nothing. I'm not trying to say anything negative, but it's all good. And reggae is just triads playing the upbeat. I need to learn how to play around with chord notes and so I am not just static. Okay. What other soul keys teachers do you enjoy? Play it, hear it. All I can say is the people who I used to look at before I started doing my own videos, it's like I pretty much don't. It's once in a blue moon if I'm in a rush, and I know maybe a few months ago, like at least once in the last 2 years or something, I do remember just looking at a tutorial to learn how to play a song, not to do a video. I just needed to do a song real quick, and I was just like, I need to learn this like right now. And somebody had they had a tutorial and it was pretty accurate. Hold on for a second. Um, I wish I could. Let me see. Oh, so okay. I was talking about people. It was this dude, and he doesn't make it anymore. DAHV is what he always called himself. I don't know what that stood for. Let me see if I can find it. Guy, whenever I needed to learn a song, I would type it in, and when I would see his name, that was the person I would click on. But he doesn't really make tutorials anymore. It's crazy. I'm like, yo, he was like the dude. Hey, is this? Yeah, he changed the name of his channel now. It looks like. Is that no? That's not him. Hold up, wait a minute. But I do see. Right. He did change the name of his channel. Hold up. He changed his channel to D Drew Productions. I forget what it was called before, but I'll put a link to is this the did I is he? Let me see something. This is a song that I learned how to play. This is just him playing the song, but he did a tutorial of this song. I'm gonna put the link in there so you can see it. And this was somebody who I really enjoyed like his tutorials, and it's real quick. It's not like detailed like mine's, but it was good enough for me to learn how to, if I needed to learn a song. I really like this guy. Hold on, I'm trying to find. Oh, here go the chat. So just in case, like I say, but he doesn't do tutorials anymore. I haven't seen a tutorial in a while. But that's a link to his channel. That was one person. Jamal Hartwell. That's the man right there. Everybody know he's like one of the goats when it comes to tutorials and stuff online. Uh I think, oh, you know what? But yeah, Piano Clubhouse, that's the big channel. The only thing about Piano Clubhouse, and I kind of said it before, it's like they'll start teaching you the song, and then they'll be like, and then they'll say, like, if you want to learn the whole song, you gotta, pay, whatever. And I'm like, man, money was tight. I mean, money's always tight, but it was really tight back then. And I would start learning. It's like until I learned not to do that with them, I would start learning the song and everything, and then all of a sudden be like, "What? I need to finish learning it." So, it's a good channel, and they're pretty accurate with the tutorials. At least the part that's on YouTube before they, hit you up with the pay for the site thing. So, they're still cool. So, I mean, their stuff is accurate though. I have learned some stuff, or I've learned enough from them and was able to figure out the rest on my own. Those are my like really go-tos. Anyone else, it would just have to been a random. I type in the name of the song, click on somebody. It might not be somebody I look for all the time, but maybe for that one particular song. All right, they had it. So, did my thing. Um uh I wish I would have known, been in and out of C sections. Okay, I'm not sure what you mean, Michael. Uh NZ says, "Do you improvise much to make up progressions?" No, I don't do that much improvising right now. I really don't. Christopher said, "I play at church every fourth Sunday." Oh, that's what's up, Chris. I didn't know that. I did not know that. NZ, give thanks for the interaction. I'll practice till next time you're on. Oh, that's what's up, Reggae. NZ Reggae. That's what's up, man. My first time tuning into your live. How often you going to say hello to all of us? I will have more questions for next time. I like Snyder explanations of Neil's soul chords. I don't think I've ever, or if I have been on his channel, I just didn't know his name. I have to check that out. Michael said, "Mint, I've been busy at work, so I didn't notice that you were on live." Oh, it's all good. Mike, it's all good. All right. I think I'm caught up on all the comments. Okay. Hey, guys, yeah, it's been real. It's been real. It's been real. I'm getting tired now. Um, I know it's been a long time since I really did a live. I know I did an impromptu one like 2 days ago, and that was actually me trying to just figure out this Hangouts live because I was doing some research and found out that I could have other people on my live stream if I just go through Hangouts, and so that's why I was testing out the other day. And it worked very well today with Gary coming through. So I definitely want to do more hangouts like this where we do it live and people can come in and talk or whatever. That was just cool the way he came in, started playing some stuff, and just became a part of the conversation. You know what I'm saying? So that was hot. Love it. But I am about to, like I said, it's been almost 3 hours, so that's enough for me. Thank you all. Thank you all, everyone. I appreciate y'all stopping through and just spending some time, and it was fun, very fun. I really enjoyed this. It's like I almost kind of don't want to stop, but it's only because I'm like I feel myself really getting sleepy. And usually I'm up all night doing tutorials and stuff, but I try not to do that when I have to get up in the morning and focus and be able to play. So I ain't gonna do that tonight. I'm getting ready to leave from down here. No tutorials going up tonight, but you know what I'm saying? But they'll be going back up soon. So everybody, man, thank you so much again for everybody that supports me. If you're from Patreon, PayPal, I appreciate every donation. Just to let y'all know again, I'm not working my regular job right now. My foot is still healing. Yeah, I still have a home nurse that comes 3 times a week and take care of it. I still have to see the podiatrist at least twice a month right now. Sometimes it's more because my foot is still healing. Nothing negative. It's cool. No infection and nothing like that. It's just a process of healing. So every time y'all send a donation, I definitely appreciate it. So the links are in all my videos for PayPal and Patreon. I definitely appreciate the $1, everything. I just appreciate it. Thank y'all so much for just caring so much, man. And with that, I am going to sign off. Everyone have a wonderful, great good night.